Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream again. We're streaming again because that's what we do. We stream again. My name's John Allen. With me is going to be Blank today. Oh, and I've not muted the stream. That was a good start. There we go. So it doubles up there. Blank, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Nice.
What's going on with your hair today?
I don't know, mate. Honestly, I just got out of the shower and then put my headphones on and then forgot to do anything else.
It's
So
like it's like emo John today though.
yeah, all right. Do you think?
Yeah,
Do you think it doesn't quite?
have it go down, all the way down.
Doesn't
Yeah, like
quite.
that.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that
No,
beauty
I'm gonna
and
keep it a little
grace.
bit to the side. Don't want it to mess up my complexion.
Not professional enough for some.
No,
I
no,
see.
no, not at all. But we're gonna be doing some more PMCO analysis. We've done it before, so hopefully, if you've been tuned in previously, you'll be able to be up to speed on what's going on. Basically, we're just going to be breaking down the games, looking a little bit at the macro. It's going to be very laid back. It's going to be very relaxed. Hopefully, we're going to be there. Hey, Jepson, how you doing? Emo boy streams. Emo moods, dude.
Look at him. He is
Dude,
100%.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so
You got your purple T-shirt on as well.
actually, yeah, it's my Twitch rivals T-shirt. There we go. Because even though
Do
actually
you?
it probably shouldn't show that because I'm also streaming on YouTube. So
Yeah.
ooh, bit of a yiker on that one. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. I'm sure YouTube
Yeah.
has heard of Twitch before.
YouTube's got like an algorithm that
Yeah.
catches any Twitch logo and just immediately bans you.
Immediately. Absolutely. All right. Cool. Should we hop into the games? I think we could just hop into
Yeah,
the games.
absolutely.
Hop
Let's
in.
go.
Hop in games. Oh dear. Okay. Here we go. All right. Where's my interaction thing?
Woo! Look at that. Look at
Ooh.
that
Look at that.
transition.
So I mean, yeah, I've managed to figure out how to actually embed the thing into Streamlabs OBS, so I'm pretty happy with that, and I can interact within the thing. So we're gonna get underway. Map number 3 of day 2. So map number 4, sorry, of day 2. So round. Oh, what would that be? 4+4, which is 8, as we all know. Map 8 total of these finals. Erangel. Erangel.
Excellent job, John. Excellent job.
Shut your face.
Um,
Just
yeah,
saying.
yeah. Here we are. Here we are. Game number 8. I think that, but yeah, it's very
Yeah.
south plane journey, isn't it? On the western side. Bloody hell.
Yeah, that's quite interesting though, because like it's gonna isolate a lot of areas of the map. My mouse doesn't show up. That's the annoying thing. So I can't be like this bit.
Ah, it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. But basically, Yasnaya is going to be really heavily isolated, and even places like Severny and Kameshki, potentially going to be, they are going to have less people going there anyway, but they're going to sort of zone themselves away even more so.
It did open massively up for military base though, which is why you're going to see everyone drop here. So we're probably going to see some early kills, which is nice, unless people give each other very wide berths. That was one hell of a bloody jump from me, Tech.
It was, wasn't it? But anyway, yeah. So
Yeah,
they get C block.
sailing.
Um, they get C block pretty handedly. There, I don't think anyone dropped with them down south. Actually, let's take a look. Did the map show where everyone was landing ish or?
Yeah, it did. Though I think a lot that's going to change.
Let's head over to here because I think this is the first map.
Yeah.
So we'll just jump on through. All right. So Salt again, very central. They seem to just always drop Rozhok, and normally you'll just always be able to get to Rozhok because it's so central, off any plane. But this circle's actually quite kind to the path at this stage.
Oh, a purple mood there already.
If they dropped out late, maybe they went Zaki and then spread out.
Their game plan is very much come down from the north and then go downwards. So that seems to be the case. Team Case are also playing on the coast there. They had a lot of success when they rotated via water vehicles. So maybe they do that again. That'd be interesting to see. But as you can see, though, John, XQF, no one wants to fuck with this team. Look at them.
I mean, no one
They're
does.
in their
No,
own
absolutely.
island. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, to be fair, if you see a team dropping around Gatka, you're like, okay, there's a team. The team already has the Gatka and Gatka buildings. We're not going to go there. Everyone's still looting at this stage.
Yeah,
so
it's
that's
mine to
gonna be
lose,
interesting.
especially isn't it?
I'm really interested in this position from Shimon on Scars Black. Um, so he's taken like this outpost on military, essentially. He's going to be able to give a lot of info to the rest of his team who are guarding the bridge. So if they spot that
Ah.
Brazilian killers are coming their way, which more than likely they will do now because of the circle, they're going to be
Mm.
able to prepare for that and prepare for it a lot more ahead. Like, you can always set up an ambush, but you having that info is always much better. And knowing when those rotations means that you can watch the other sides of your position,
Yeah.
whilst you're being there. So that's pretty good. Um,
And they can kind of funnel out through over this bridge, right? But if they go all the way around past All Rejection Gaming and Nova, you're more than likely going to come up against people who are already edge guarding over on the middle of the map here. So
yeah,
it's very well played from Scott's part. You're right, yeah. To actually be able to understand, what, we'll get a man out there. He'll check what's going down, and then he'll come right on back. I think they just need to be wary of Unique and Team Queso, both very much early
yeah,
game gunners.
yeah. It's going to be tricky for them to move through it, but hopefully they'll be able to get it done. Who has the easiest spot of it right now? GC Busan. They have a really nice position. They can move down south pretty handedly. So their drop in that sense is quite lucky. Pretty much everyone in South George is going to be fine. And I do like Team Queso as well, as you said, with their position. So let's see where everyone ends up going. The trickiest, I think, is actually going to be Bigitron Esports because they have two choices, right? They're down in Novo. They're going to be either headed over the bridge up towards Farm and Milta, or they're going to be crossing Military Island and going into the bridge there, which both of them are very dangerous routes because they know that eastern side of the circle is going to be pretty packed.
Yeah, really, anyone who went on military, it was a big balls play. But now you have to really have the cojones on show
Yeah,
as you razz past on the bridge or rattle past Scars Black and Unique. But already Unique are gunning themselves to try and take bridge control, which I don't understand. Like, give bridge control to whoever's there. Let them
yeah,
guard the bridge, not the other way around. Because then you can
yeah,
position yourself to defend later. Because arguably defending the bridge is pretty hard. Like it's easy enough versus a team who's like rattling it down the bridge trying to get out. But you also have to defend against everyone around you at the same time. So I'd rather just wait.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that's fair enough to be honest. XQF, like again, these buildings are pretty much free for them. So this is going to mean that they have incredible, except for Cool Boy still running a VSS for some reason.
Bro,
For some
VSS
reason,
is great. It's great.
you okay? That's
It's
fine.
really it is actually a really good
Okay.
short to mid range
All
gun.
right. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fucking trash long range, but
there
like
we go.
short to mid range, pretty good.
Hey,
Like
it's
because you
Ruggy
can
Ram.
farm
How you
it.
doing? Cheers for the follow,
Yo,
dude. It's Ruggy Ram, dude.
yeah, right, you. All right, you ruggy ram, you ruggy
You
ram.
ruggedy Ram.
Yeah, I like your new. I like your new Twitter profile. It looks cool.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we just do some PMCO analysis, which is PUBG Mobile Club Open, which is PUBG Mobile, which is similar to PUBG, but is absolutely different
Yeah,
in the way
I,
that it
I
is
think
played
I
on
think
mobile.
that's yeah. I think that's a very astute. It's very astute, John.
Yeah, absolutely.
Surprisingly, is a very very different than the usual PUBG, especially because competitive is currently played in third person, which makes aggressive plays much less desirable.
Yeah,
Just
I
because
mean,
you're
honestly,
spotted out much earlier.
I think that that's probably the major difference, really, um,
Mm.
between PC and mobile.
Yeah, funny enough, where so I've got a OnePlus 7 Pro,
Yeah,
and I
oh, do
was
you?
send it. I was already I've already sent these pictures, John, but I whacked that bad boy on extreme HDR plus
Yeah,
ultra graphics
yeah,
with everything turned on, and I won't lie, it looked pretty gorgeous. I
yeah, for
because when
sure.
I only had it on high, I was like, yeah, this is rivaling some PC stuff, and then I whacked it up to the ultra levels because I like PUBG Mobile because it's got like 8 different settings
Yeah,
for some reason. Make sure that they can plan everything. But I set it all the way up to ultra high, and it was like, wow, this genuinely could be played on a PC 2 years ago. I
Well, I
don't
mean, you can
think
see
this
here.
is semi-decent graphics.
I think all the observing's done on emulator.
Yeah, it
But
is.
even
It
here,
is.
like
It
you can
is.
see, it's not bad, and they're going to be running on limited graphics so that everything can load a lot faster.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, it's pretty nice to
it's
see.
pretty. It's pretty. It's pretty. That's what I
It's
like about it.
pretty, yeah.
And all these
It's,
players play with the nastiest clothing.
for
I
some
imagine
reason,
they.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's
This
weird.
is the most popular one I've seen so far, which is actually in the Royal Pass, right? So I get why they've got it, and I guess it is somewhat camouflaging, but I want to see the cool outfits. Come on, guys,
Come
come
on,
on. I think
guys.
the only people I was actually happy with their outfits was Scars Black,
Yeah,
because um, they had really, really cool outfits. I think they were wearing the dragon heads as well, and they are a Japanese team if I remember correctly.
that's true. That is true.
So they were
It was
at
them and
least they
Always
were in
Retro Gaming,
line.
yeah.
Yeah, at least they were in line
Yeah.
with the fashion choice. But everyone else, fucking disappointments.
Very disappointed in you.
Anyway, sorry, that's a
Abysmal
little bit of a rant.
performances.
Bit of a rant. Yeah.
All right, so we've got a little bit of snippet of the map here. XQF, they still have just got this position. I'm surprised no one's tried to like crash into one of these compounds yet, given that everyone's still out east. But I mean, it's still early days. Unique are there. You still got the bridge being camped.
Early days, mate.
Still early days. GC Busan, they've actually moved
Early
further
days.
into Georgia Pole, which is interesting.
Yeah. I think that they want to guard the bridge, right? And that's fair. Because Purple Mood, SSG. Surprisingly, SSG are all the way on the north. I swear they started around about middle area of the map. So they've rotated all the way on the eastern
Yeah.
side. Come through the top to meet Purple Mood. But yeah, I don't mind the position from GC Busan. They can probably get a couple of quick kills there. And I mean, also kind of works in terms of the fact that they want that tournament standing, or at least the placements up high. Because if they can eliminate whoever's behind them, makes it much easier when they start pushing south.
Yeah. So I mean, that makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of dead ground there that kind of will come into play later.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, as you say, you can leave it for now and not really control it. Biggitron only just now starting to rotate. They're probably waiting for the bridge campers to leave to move on, because they won't think that there's anyone else left on the island, which is like that's fair enough. The only issue is with the plane route, people should have been able to count how many teams dropped military. Hey Jonathan, how you doing? Good to see you, dude. Cheers for tuning in. But yeah, so like you should have been able to count very easily how many people went military because they'll have dropped out almost immediately to try and go there. So you should be aware vaguely how many teams are on there. You know that not too many people are going to be rotating up north. You can count the people crossing the bridge, all of that good stuff. The Brazilian killers who were on C block, remember in military place, they're now holding the bridge. So they're now the edge guards. Whereas before it was it Scars Black? I think it was.
Yeah, it was Scars Black originally. Unique have made their way all the way across, but now you're really crunching on this lower eastern side of the map.
Yeah.
Right. Western side, sorry.
Yeah. All right.
All right, John.
So they're moving. Sorry, I was just trying to fix nothing because it wasn't that broken. Purple Mood are split. They're split. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to jump back.
They're split.
They're split up.
God damn it! Purple
Look at
Mood
it. Look at them.
Purple Mood things.
Purple Mood are doing Purple Mood
God
things.
Damn.
The question is, do SSG rotate in before them? Because they have SNT in their way. And so they're going to have to do that. I think for me, the best thing SSG can do is try and rotate eastward and go for the small bridge just to the east of Georgia Pole, and try and cross over there. Because they know that South Georgia is going to be pretty heavy. So it's a little bit better to just go over there. They might even try swimming it over that way. Purple Mood, the fact that they're split gives them such vulnerability in these spots. So we'll have to see how they pull it off. But I'm not a fan of their split at this stage. It's too late to be split in this drop, especially because they dropped late. They dropped relatively close to the path, and they got closer to the path, and now they're split. The rotations are going on top of them. Like, Really not a fan. If
Yeah,
if the
big
circle
fan.
goes away from you, then you can stay split. But if it goes towards you, you have to group up.
I like you say, like, they want to. They moved easterly this way and then came down. They did that quicker. They were actually be in a semi decent position, but because they've moved so slow to get there, SSG are between them, and technically SSG have the advantage now, especially with CZ so far out of the way. Um,
Yeah.
very interesting positioning. But it looks like when you get that kind of circle, people are mainly just holding down bridges because if we remember, it was a really southerly plane path.
Yeah.
So they not,
Southwest.
yeah, they're not expecting people to be on that top right of the map on the map. So they're more looking for the bridge guards, which is very fair. So it's good that GC Busan have got themselves set up there very quickly, and Top Esports looking for any stragglers that get away from from GC Busan just by holding on Everest. So
Yeah.
yeah, teams are all making the correct plays, and really what I'm most interested in now is like how do the teams who are stuck on the northern side and the southern side of the map move in, and what are the teams that have managed to get into the middle of the circle going to do to capitalize?
Oh, this is I think this was a really good fight here for RRQ. They come in and like I think it was also the down like Scars Black just really hard into this fight,
Well,
if I
I mean,
remember.
look at D2E. How can he do that?
I think
He
well Ernie was there for
literally,
the backup, which is really what helps them here.
I mean, he was out in the open though. He was just stood there,
So
and
I
he
one team hard into this fight. I can't remember which one it was.
just rewind it a little bit. Let's watch.
No.
Just
This
watch
isn't the
this
end of the
fight.
fight. And then oh, and unique come in. Okay, this is
Yeah.
where things start popping off. This is gonna be a a big nade, I think, for old boy.
I mean, they know they've got to get out.
Yeah,
Ooh, painful. They did not die though.
I'm trying to
Those are
sort
very
of think about where this fight is going. So unique coming in at the perfect time, but they didn't run fast enough into this observatory for my liking at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Then they get the knock. Okay, this is good. And now Yasha should be crashing up.
He is.
Okay, good. There's a little cooked nade going over the top. Yeah, this is nice. So old boy's covering the outside angles. They know they've already got the knock on the roof. And he just okay. He walked into that nade. They should have been able to hear that. He got the down as well afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, this is a really good fight from Unique. It started out well. Now they need to go back in. So
Well, I
Scars
think
Black, they've sent
Shimon's
someone
holding on the
outside.
outside now, isn't he? So.
Yeah, is pretty dire.
And now XQF are moving in.
Or they're on
Shimon.
Overwatch. I don't think they want to fight because I think they know.
Well, they've already taken down the outside man, right? Shimon's already down. So
Oh yeah.
XQF just wait this out now because whatever happens, Unique are going to come out of this fight feeling a little rough.
I mean, you say that they only got one down. They came in at the perfect time. Okay, right. So RRQ were a little bit slow to crash. They got some really good picks, and then they were out in the open.
Yeah. This is what I was going to say as well. But go on.
Go. No, you go for it. You go for it.
Yeah, I think that when they crashed, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we saw them crash. They got the initial picks, and then they started farting around, setting themselves up rather than actually going to push the building. So yeah, like you said, because they were so slow on it, I don't think this. I think this is good for Unique to come in third party it, but I think it's less unique having a good rotation as opposed to RRQ not taking advantage of the situation quicker
Yeah,
because
it's
they
kind.
have the crash.
Yeah, I'm trying to track where D2E is in this. So he's right there. So he should be able to just roll straight up to this. Come on, he goes straight past, and then he hops out with no cover. Yeah, he should 100% be dead there.
Yeah, and watch. You see what I mean? Like he should have just died. They were watching him for quite a while before he jumped out.
Yeah,
So I think it was just a bad play from D2E
a
overall.
little bit. Yeah. Although he came out okay in the end. But then unique start to come in. Like they hear the fight, and then they just push up. So
Yeah,
like
observatory is a very desirable position to be in.
yeah.
Like I don't know how you dare
So
think that no
so
one else is going to walk upon
the
this.
mistake that RRQ made here, if we go back a little bit, is that look at how they roll up into it. They're in a convoy. They've got D2E right at the front. He should be right in the. He should be inside right now. Shimon wouldn't be able to stop him getting in. The rest of the team can mount up around the other side of the building. They know where the outside guy is, so they should have flanked around to the west to hold it on that angle. Because they
Look,
know where
Cool Boy is
Shimon
already
is.
making his way up. I think it's literally just Cool Boy comes to check what's going on, knocks Shinmon, and then leaves. And that's the correct play in that situation. Is that they don't have to deal with this.
Yeah,
They can very happily just watch how this unfolds and then go for a later positioning.
yeah. Okay, so Senior gets knocked close, which is unfortunate. Um, but if D2E had been in that compound with him, they'd have been fine. If Ernie and G9 had moved out to the set of trees just at the top of the screen, that's a little bit west of the compound, um, they would have had a better set of cover. Like they would have been able to play around those trees. They would have been able to try and go to the knocks on the balcony, prevent any Overwatch stuff coming through, and then they can go to two-man assault team onto the thing there because they know they've already got a knock. As soon as the nade comes in, that's really strong. But that nade could have been thrown from the trees as well.
Mm.
But instead, they go down for this divot, which I'm not a fan of.
No, you're gonna box yourself in as well. Like this is so easy to nade it. Like, how do you don't miss a nade in this situation? Even if you threw it wide here, it's probably gonna trickle down over the vehicles. D2E knows this, has to get out
Yeah.
and just leaves G9 and Ernie for dead. So basically, a lot of this is sadly D2E's fault. Like,
Yeah, I think in a way, yeah, I definitely agree. But then Unique come in, and the fact that Naoto is like still on the
Naoto, bro.
balcony.
Nice.
Naoto. Yeah, sorry,
Naoto.
Naoto.
Yeah.
The fact that he's still on the balcony and still peeking is insane.
Yeah.
Like Scars Black slipped up in big ways there.
I think Skarsgård were just very. We feel lucky to be alive, right?
Yeah.
And then they have to deal with another team. But you are right. I think Rhino did walk back into that one. Um, they did a great job of getting the res off whilst the nade was up there. I think maybe just crawl inside a little bit. It's good what they do here though
Yeah.
is cycling players out from Unique. Like I think they're a very strong fight team. Just I don't know.
I mean, this was a good fight from them by all accounts. I think that they played it as good as they could.
Yeah. I think versus
They
RRQ.
got in fast enough. You can see that all their old boy is the only outpost, which is really really good because it means they're in cover. So third parties will only take a maximum of one kill,
Yeah.
and then they'll be able to defend the assault. If they lose the assault, they lose anyway. So
Yeah.
like that in that sense, like it's just the best way they could have rolled with it.
Mhm. Yeah, so they're cycling people on the stairs too. Really, it's kind of hard to do as well on mobile. So impressive that they were able to do it so like fluidly. Um, and now they've taken observatory positioning. But you're right; they played it very, very well. And Scars Black were flustered. Um, so the fight versus Scars Black, I think excellent from Unique, but I think RRQ, I definitely Unique got a little bit lucky
Mm,
on that fight going into it. Scars Black just kind of just completely dropped the ball. They dropped all the balls there, just
yeah,
every one of them.
yeah. And now XQF know exactly where they are, which is fine. They have a compound. They're not going to go and assault this one. There's no point for them when they can just watch it.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find the next map. This is a really map-light game by the looks of it.
So much interesting engagements, you see.
All right.
You look so concentrated.
I'm trying to see like.
Your eyeballs are just pinpoint on the screen.
All right, legit. Okay, that's the next map view we get. All right. Okay. So it zoned in quite a lot and actually headed very far west. So a lot of rotations had to come in. Space Station just got eliminated, so we're down to 14 teams.
PLM actually able to make it in.
So Space Station, who were the team up north? Yeah, do you remember? Yeah, with PLM on the split. I think they tried to go through George.
No, from where CZ is, I think they came through East Side, like past Everest.
Do you think? No, I mean,
Yeah.
Space Station, because they were up
Space
north as
Station.
well. I think they tried to go through George.
Yeah. Yeah, they went through George and were caught out by 1619 TES or Rejection Gaming. Yeah.
All of
So
this
it looks like Purple Mood. Either Purple Mood came down by water, or they went through the easterly side.
Yeah, I think it's probably
either is fair.
And now everyone's going for this one. You can see XQF already in there. RRQ, where are they? I think they're right in the middle. Yeah, ooh, where are they? I can't spot them.
RRQ. Well, there's only D2E left, isn't there? So
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. So
yeah,
I probably can't
it's gonna
spot
be
that.
very difficult to find the guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. XQF, they've already set up their scout party in the circle. They can move west very nicely. Everyone from this settlement is gonna from the settlement up north is gonna have to move down. Sorry, I keep forgetting. People can't see the mouse. Oh man, it's annoying. Yeah, all the people up near South George and Hospital are gonna have to move down, and they're gonna have to crunch pretty hard. Like these fields over to the east of the next circle
Mm.
is really treacherous. It's fine to move through. Like if you're fighting through it to a position, that's fine, but holding there is pretty much impossible. Um, so yeah, we'll have to see how those northern rotations come through. Everybody already in the circle should be just fine.
Yeah. It's a strange circle though at this point. I mean, 30% of the circle, it's like 30 to 40% of the circle is water.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
already it's even more than half. I remember this. How does he get away with that?
Wait,
He
who?
just
What?
like not knowing, just goes straight past the purple moods. Did you watch? Like, I'm
Oh yeah, he's
surprised no
over on.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, surprised
I,
no one did anything.
I don't know,
Team
man.
Queso were just like, you take that loot box. You have that. That's
Yeah,
yours. Free.
take it. It's yours, and they do. Um,
Just that. Yeah.
XQ. This is a really nice XQF. Again, I'm going to highlight their position. I really like the style of play. Having a scout go out, sending a second to back them up after, and then keeping a rear guard, and then moving in as the circle goes. Um, I think it creates so much value in terms of your rotational power, whilst
Hmm.
keeping you as safe as possible, pretty much. This south side is actually going to have a little bit of fighting, and there's D2E right in the middle of that group, the number 3, right in the middle,
Hmm.
between a lot of them. There's quite a few
It's
compounds
just,
there.
just
Yeah,
hiding.
I think the
Hide a tree in a
biggest
forest.
risk is just still up in the north. Unique should be able to find a spot, hopefully, but up in the north should be the biggest rotations coming in.
Up it north. Yeah,
Up
true.
in north. Oh, I.
But yeah, this circle is the kind of one that really crunches you hard and forces
Yeah.
you to use a lot of utilities early on, trying
Oh,
to get a position because it
Karma
is so
Hell,
flat.
Karma Hell 02. Thank you for the follow. Really appreciate
Nice
it. Thanks for tuning
one.
in.
Nice
Uh,
one.
we're gonna be doing a few more of these probably in the future. This is only day 2. We've still got like a whole another day and then a whole load more tournaments that we could do. So we'll think about it. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for the follow. You'll be hopefully tuning in again, and I hope to see you for a majority of this stream as well, because you have to stay. There is no other choice.
You can't just trap people, John.
Too late.
That's not how
No, I
Twitch
already
works.
said it. So
Unlucky, I guess.
unlucky, I guess. Sorry, dude. But yeah, Peggytron's position was a little bit weird. Um, they have had to drop a lot of smokes here because Unique are pushing in from the right hand side of the screen, which is from the southeast. Um, I really like Brazilian Killer's position in this. Like they've got a ridge line, they've got the hard cover to the north, where a lot of other teams are going to be playing. They haven't had to invest too many smokes, but I think Bigatron is the team that is most at risk here. D2E I think may have been spotted out, which is why that smoke is blooming on top of him, right in the middle.
Yeah, he did.
But
He did.
he is protected somewhat by the fact that none of these teams are going to want to push him because they open themselves up to a third party.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any cover
I mean,
from his south or east side.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely not the best spot.
Not
Um,
ideal.
no,
No.
far from.
But yeah, Bigatron in the worst position right now because they got to deal with unique Brazilian killers and Nova. No matter where they go, um, Bigatron in a bit of
Oof.
a bad time. Which is
Look at these
why I
shots,
think,
dude.
yeah, which is why I think playing on this type of map, unless you are bang slapping the center like Purple Mood and you have a decent position on the beach,
Yeah,
you just want to play edge. Bigatron moved far too into the circle. I know that they're only a little bit up, but they're on a crossroads, so there is so much that open up to them, even with all the vehicles they have. And I
yeah.
don't think they're using the vehicles to the biggest advantage for themselves right now.
So
There's like
this
so much in the open.
northern conflict is bad for both of these teams. The fact that they are fighting really sucks for both of them because it means they can't start looking towards the next circle. They have to just be paying attention to this. And actually now GC Persona down to 1. There's been so many knocks on ALG as well. Like everybody is going to come out of this so weak, depending on where they go. Top esports, they're okay for now. And then okay, the next circle's kind to them. But if they'd have had to have moved, they would have been pretty hard shafted there, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think they might have had to encamp their vehicles on and just blow them up.
Well, this stage of the game, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially when there's so little ground to be playing around with. So I definitely wouldn't take my vehicle anywhere. You just know exactly where you are.
Oh, Biggitron actually managed to get out. Okay, that's good. That's a good rotation. Although they have basically nowhere to go. Like
Yeah,
there
they're
is nowhere.
rattled on.
Yeah. No, completely. It's
Like even Purple
It's very
Mood are
tricky.
getting in on this.
Purple Mood have ended up with the best spot, by the way. Like
Yeah.
really big circle luck for them. They have the ridge line on the beach. They have control of that. They have rotational power there. They have an outlook towards the south. So Unique is probably the only team that's going to be able to dismount them at this stage. Actually, no, wait. That's just Yasha from Unique. Unique is split up. Okay, that's interesting. D2E still going. I want to see how XQF rotate because Team Queso have managed to make their way into this set of buildings, which is going to be really strong for them.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness me.
Okie dokie. So, it seems top esports the only real worry for Purple Mood right now. They really should have blown up the vehicles a bit sooner. Like you can be almost certain that that's where the circle's going to end. So not blowing up the vehicles a bit bad. Or just in gaming, nice rush though, and he knows exactly which cover he needs to go to after that. So I think Planet is one of their best rushers. To be fair, he does make some questionable decisions, but give the guy a gun, he knows what to do.
Yeah. It's. Oh, hang on. Sorry. No. What have I done? I've done something. I've done something, and it's fine. It's back. Okay, don't worry about it. I closed the window that I wasn't supposed to, but it's okay because I'm
good job.
Just that talented.
Good
Okay,
job.
right. Next rotation is coming in. XQF pushing on to Team Queso.
Right.
Kind of the only option they had, if we're honest. Where else do they go?
True.
So they're lucky in the fact that Elite Gaming, they can also take the fight with Elite Gaming at this stage because Team Queso need to keep an eye out for all rejection game. Like everybody wants to be in where Team Queso is right now, which is why Purple Mood's position is so strong because everyone's going to be looking at these buildings.
Mm-hmm. And they can just quite happily wait it out to the end.
Yeah.
Again, top esports really their only worry. Whilst everyone else is forced to make big plays. I really like that part from Paraboy there. He knows that they're in the smoke, he can afford to make a wild run all the way around. What is going on
RRQ
here?
got taken down. Okay, so D2E finally went down.
What is this?
Just a full send. Straight to hell.
Who thinks you can get away with that? Like,
obviously the Brazilian killers think that. To be fair, again, their options were limited. They probably should have tried to crash Team Queso again, like at the same time as XQF, and then try and take the fight after that. That's probably their best possible choice, but like even then, it's not good. All right.
No. I think as soon as they like leapt the hill into the jaws of XQF, they were probably thinking, "We done fucked up."
Yeah, maybe. Potentially. The next circle. So, the power of Purple Mood's position is that they can rotate really easily along the coastline, right?
Oh my god.
Oof.
Unique and Nagy, Allboy and Nagy done a really good job here to get behind.
Allboy frags like a madman. Like he's really, he's one of the best fraggers in Europe.
Look him go.
Yeah.
They actually swam behind them like a couple of Navy SEALs.
Yeah. But will they be able to take down Purple Mood, basically? That's the question. That was a really good nade. XQF pushed successfully, but they're going to have to leave the compound, unfortunately. Um, yeah, these rotations are gonna have to come through. Elite Gaming are really bad on armor and
Oh,
things like that. Or Rejection Gaming as well will be there. These DP
Parabolic.
sprays, dude, are insane. It does so much damage.
There's actually a really nice nade from Axial over there to open that one up for XQF.
Yeah.
Funnily enough.
Oh man,
Unique still alive? I think they. I don't know where Nova is. I think they knocked them out.
did they? Yeah, I think they did actually. In the meantime, oh Soul, they still have Mortal going,
Yeah, man. He's having a swim. Having a
having a
bit of a swim,
swing.
but he's having a swim, but. But yeah, old boy and Nagi's still in this one. Nagi's a little bit far forward.
All right, so
Look,
a lot of
look,
these
it's the
teams are going to go
VSS,
down.
dude. It's the
I
VSS.
cannot believe that you're being
Look at
validated. I
that.
cannot believe that you're being
Oh,
validated like this.
so good.
Team Queso got pushed out of the zone, but they still have Axel. That's interesting. All Rejection Gaming are basically dead once those smokes go.
True.
But a lot of teams are going to die before that, so they are playing a little bit risk here. XQF's push is really hard for everybody, as Purple Mood will just be able to spot it out. Unique now have control of the bridge. The ridge or the beach in some ways. Everybody has a little bit of strength. But top esports, by the way, Sleeper. Look at them.
Yeah,
Residents. Yeah.
they're still going. They're still going. Yeah, Axial. He thinks he's the thorn in the side, but XQF's so quick to remove
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. Nimble as a mouse. Able to get it out.
Probably gonna die
Okay,
to
All Rejection
the
Gaming
third.
smokes are
No.
gone, so now XQF can take the fight, except they just die, which is interesting. So that was the difficult push that they had to make.
Yikes.
And now top esports are getting focused. Okay.
Yeah, it's downhill. It's very difficult.
I think
Unique,
Unique
old
have the
boy has
best spot
done
here.
so good. Yeah.
Unique definitely have the best spot here now. Like, Purple Mood
Eh,
gave them so much ground to work with.
Yeah, there's no one behind them. They can walk this in really nicely because everyone's in front of them. Like Pebble Mood, they've got people to their right and to their left.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. And Fireboy and KK Skirt, yeah, their position might have been nice if they had a vehicle to work with like Unique does. But because they've also been rattling off a lot of teams, whereas Olbai and Nagy have been doing it on the sly underneath these slopes, everyone is well aware where the boys are.
Oh,
Right
for
now.
sure.
So
Like, they should be very aware what's going on. For now, it's just stagnant. I'm surprised that All Rejection Gaming aren't dead yet, to be honest. I'd have thought that they were a little bit down on their luck, but no, they're still going. Oh, I thought you saw him there with the aim bump as well. You can just tell a lot of times. He's got so much meds. Like, he's got so many meds. Look at him. He's got a full med kit. He's got 3 first aids. He's got all the boosters he could ever want. And then Nagy as well. The good thing about the coastline is that you actually have quite a lot of cover from it. Like the shallow incline, if no one's close by, is a really strong cover because you can adjust your peaks so gradually.
Mm-hmm. Also makes the third person view peeking over the top a little bit nicer. Because you can also crouch there and just peek your head, but also see more because you're crouched.
Yeah.
And it doesn't pull your camera towards the floor, which is nice.
Unique do need to push in though. That's going to be a big problem. Like, you can see they're snaking it in now, and this is okay because there's no real elevation on them. And in third person, of course, you can snake a little bit more effectively. Purple Mood have that divot, which is what's protecting them at the moment. But I'm surprised that everyone's still lasting this long. Purple Mood got insane circle luck, but I think like Unique, this is an exemplary game from them so far. Like, they've played everything really well.
I don't know if you'd say that Purple Mood got insane circle look because they were on all the way on the north side and then they were split and then they moved down to a central position and then circle landed there. I think they've done well to get into this position and Narwin should never have been able to razz across the beach like he did, but I think they've done well to get here. I don't think a lot of it went down to luck.
I think that their original plan was a little bit weird, champ, and then
they saved it.
And then they rotated once, and then that was it. They only had to make one rotation, and that one was good by luck. Well, not by luck, but by for whatever reason, that was one good rotation. So I think they made one good rotation this game.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I can see that.
And I think you want to be hitting, 2 to 3, maybe 4 good rotations.
Hmm.
Um, which is, yeah. Is that Rank 1 Torb, by the way, in the chat? I see you.
Rank 1 number Torby. I
Rank
see,
1
I
Torb,
see.
by the way. Absolutely.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wonder
Big
who that
interest.
is. I wonder who that could be. Good to see you, dude. Um, yeah, so they're all gonna start crawling in. So this is where the Snake Fest starts. These smokes are really strong, from Purple Moods, but they don't clear out ARG's position,
Mm.
which is the big sad.
Big sad indeed.
Yeah, Lapis, I don't think we'll be able to outhill this for long. I think that's gonna chunk him out.
Yeah,
Yeah, there he
Lapis is
goes.
done. Yeah.
All
But
right.
you'd rather give yourself up there.
So there's been 3 approaches to this final circle. Funnily enough, Top Esports have used the hard cover of the crate. Ah, rank on top. Cheers for the follow. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, my
Pog!
dude. I appreciate
Okay,
it,
dude.
my guy. Still a better Doom Fist, but Unique have used soft cover and snaking, and Purple Mood have used smokes and positioning. So it should be really interesting to see how these 3 styles sort of stack up here. Obviously, the
The
numbers have a little bit
box.
of an advantage.
The box is
Oh,
strong, dude.
the box is
Yeah.
real strong. So that's basically the only hard cover, as I said. So he should just be able to peek around this and play a little bit of argy bargy fun.
It's just so easy, though. Look at him go. Like, how do you defeat the box? You don't. It's
Well, the circle
indestructible.
defeats the box.
The circle does defeat the box for the time being. The circle has been kind to the box.
Box, paper, circle.
Not asked you to think outside the box as of yet.
Yeah, and then Old Boy just lasers him down on the push because he knew that the next circle was going to push him in, so he was already going to be crawling. But now it's Snake. It's all Snake now. There we go.
And at this point, if we look, so
This
let's
is okay.
pause. Let's pause here. Let's pause
Yeah.
because this is real stupid. This is the exact same situation that we saw with XQF versus Top Esports, and it's the exact same situation miniaturized because if we remember, it was SUF 4 members versus 2 members of Top Esports, and they clutched it. This time we've halved it. We've got 2 members of Purple Mood versus 1 member of Unique.
Yeah.
Again, you cannot let the lone player take the initiative in these fights because that's what you have. You have the initiative play, which is to have one person stand up, find out where he is, and then the second person lasers him down. Like this
Yeah.
guy, he can't. He doesn't pull up his gun. He doesn't pull the trigger, and 2 separate bullets start flying out. He can't shoot 2 people at once. You can. You have the double-barreled weapon.
I mean, so this was a little bit of a wasted advantage, as you say, for them. I like how Old Boy stands up here. Now he knows he's in the 1 versus 1. I think standing up and being on the move is better than snaking on super flat terrain. With cover, there's arguments to be made around that. But as soon as you're in
Yeah.
that 1v1, you stand up. That gives you the ability to, first of all, be harder to hit because you're moving faster. Second of all, you can drop shot. They can't do that. Standing up
They've
prevents
already
you from
dropped.
standing up prevents you from shooting. That's the thing. So you can't move. You can't be mobile once you're laid down. You are committing to that one single fight. If you're stood up, you can potentially rearrange that.
Yeah, and on top of that, though, John, like what you're also getting is that when they're snaking, if they stay on the floor and you kill one guy, what
Yeah.
you risk is because they now know your position, you risk them hovering over, and you get some aim assist, and then you know where they are just based on that because you know the
Yeah.
general location.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So it's
Old Boy fragged out. He got 10 kills that game. That was insane.
yeah, he was absolute monster. Literal monster from the depths as he like fucking drags himself covered in seaweed out of the sea. But yeah, scary guy indeed.
Scary. All right, let's see. Oh, here's the top fraggers. I think here's the table. Look at that. At this point, Old Boy was the top fragger in the tournament. I think it ended up being Paraboy. Doing that. I wonder what application restrictions apply to these kind of games. I'm not sure what you mean by application restrictions. If you mean, like, what are the sign-up rules? I think there's an age restriction. and you also need to be playing on a mobile device that isn't a tablet. Oh, I don't know I don't know the specific phone screen sizes. I don't think that is a requirement if I recall, but I might be wrong. But it has to be a mobile phone. It can't be a tablet. It can't be a tablet. It can't be an emulator. There is specific rules somewhere on the website, but there were a couple of teams who got penalized because some of their players were using incorrect devices or illegal devices under the tournament rules. They had their entire day's points wiped during, I think, group stages last time around for that one. But yeah, I don't think you can play on any phone. For the finals here, they had all of the players on the same phones because they provided the phones, but you can't expect people to buy a new phone for each tournament. So they allow any hardware in that respect. Much spoop.
There's no spoop here.
Get that spoop out of here. I didn't already spoop. Spoop you.
Are you selling your spoop round here anymore, boy? We don't want none of your spoop.
We don't take kindly to your spoop. Yeah. All right. Now, ladies.
Skip it.
Yeah. Hey, it's me.
I don't care. Is this the one we get to see your nasty cheat?
Oh, Scream breaks down the fight that we talked about.
Oh yeah, Pog. Do you want to unmute it this time?
Let's have a look.
Let's have a gander, shall we?
So what's he saying?
Okay.
Then?
Can you not hear it?
No, I don't want to listen to your voice at the same time, do I?
Oh, okay. Right. So he's saying that they
I'm
had
just kidding. Of course I got it on bloody unmuted. You idiot.
no sound on stream. Are you sure? Are you trolling me? Dude? Can you not hear the video?
Nah, there's no sound video. 100%. He's telling the truth.
Dead ass.
Like
Dead ass.
the ass is a corpse. Yes.
Dead ass. All right, hang on a minute. Let's just jump back a couple. All right, I'm gonna unmute.
I only
the stream.
trail the
Hang on.
players, not the casters.
All right. Why is this audio not coming through? Why? Okay, that's really annoying.
All right, turn it off.
Hang on.
Turn it off.
Hang on.
Turn it off, dude.
Hang on.
Cut the stream. Cut the stream.
Just go home. Everyone go home. All right. Okay.
Excuse me.
All right. Why is this not?
I've got the ultra hydration right now.
Wait. Okay. Hang on. All right. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this is gonna work.
Do that third party.
Yes.
As soon as that happened, they were throwing nades over
sound?
at the RQ, and you saw 2E actually
yes.
left. He was like,
listen
"I'm
to
out.
your
I don't want to take
beautiful
part of
voice,
this
Scoob."
anymore." And just how smart Unique approached this. They wiped out
can see it coming
RQ
through.
at the smokes right there, and once they did that, they were ready to send it in super fast into Scars Black. And here, Scars Black is probably thinking, "Not again. We just got
in
breached
case you
once.
didn't see
It's
where
going to
the
be a
smokes
second
were.
Sorry.
Just in case you didn't know where the smokes
breach."
were.
But they did this so good because the way
Throwing
they
in the
approached
grenades
this
here
team
over
Unique,
to
'cause
the
normally
smokes, which
breaches
I'm
in the
gonna
previous
highlight.
games has been
There you go.
They're over
successful.
there.
As we saw, always the team holding were winning, but in this case, Unique just do it really perfectly. They initially send one in, then the second one comes in straight to the wall. So they have two here, and Old Boy gets a flank position on the left side, and he's basically going to be looking at the balcony, the top of the roof, and in case anyone tries to play outside. And the fourth guy that we won't see, he's going to be playing on this rock right here, and he's going to be looking at the other angle to the far right. And as we play it on, you'll see this beautiful formation by them. They get an initial lock on Nato, and after that, they just make the breach so successful. They have all angles covered. They take their time. They throw their nades in, get a couple of knocks, and the way they pushed up the stairs as well was really perfectly done. They were just both of them together, Yasha and Nagy, perfect combination. One of them spraying in, the other one reloads, and they just pushed up, cleaned house. You see Kutsin coming in now from behind. And Allboy, at this time, is always looking outside, getting knocks onto Shimon, who was playing on the top right. That was really important for them to crucially win that game. He gets a knock on Shimon.
Yeah. Okay.
And
HP Psych in the chat. Hi, will you be doing reviews for any other major tournaments like the Chinese ones? Potentially. At the moment, we're just sort of working our way through the PMCO finals. But absolutely, like if there's VODs of stuff available on YouTube or any other or some sort of if I can watch something, basically, we can probably figure out how to get that on stream. Because actually, to be honest, the Chinese tournaments would be really, really interesting to break down. But I haven't been able to really find too many ways to watch them in the past, unfortunately. If they're streamed on different platforms, on all of these different things, then maybe. But no, I'd absolutely love to. Zute has the Chinese stuff on his Twitch. Is it his perspective? Does he play in them, or is it him restreaming them? Because if so, then I will definitely talk to him. About it.
You're just gonna get Zute on the phone.
Yeah, dude.
You just gotta bell him.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't just streaming. Do you mean? Oh, so he's just like an observer, a spectator in these games, right? Is that right? Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, more or less. Okay,
Sweet.
cool. Nice.
at this point, he's
Nice.
just
Yeah, I'll
waiting
talk to him
in
then.
case anyone from
Like,
Scars Black decides
very,
to jump
very
out.
not adverse to doing other stuff.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, to be honest, I probably the next thing I'd probably do would be ESL 1, but that's later. But yeah, I mean, like, so we're gonna finish this. So we've got about 2 more streams out of this game, out of this finals, right? So that's gonna take like a week, and then after that, we're gonna be looking for new stuff. Hi, hey Dex, Nicky Dex. Ah, okay, all right, that's good. Okay, so he has the VODs there, so I can just put my face over his face. Just watch.
Whoa, that is.
No, I don't know.
rude.
I'll talk to him and see what he does. But yeah, no, absolutely, we're gonna be seeing what we can get done.
And he's just covering
Thanks
the
for the
outside whilst the
suggestion,
remaining
by the
3
way.
players are pretty much just breaching. And this was just perfectly played. They ended up knocking them and wiping the whole team. And this was what ended
Is
up
that what
winning
you
the game, because they can
contribute
then
then? Just the
push into the swamps and create a lot of space for themselves.
I just got here. Not sure exactly, but worth checking. Well, if you are new, this is a very super laid-back stream. We're just chilling. We're watching PMCO. We're looking at who had a bit of a fuck up, who didn't have a bit of a fuck up, who did the good, who did the bad. That's essentially it. And John just kind of naps on stream whilst I do most of the work. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's exactly what happens. All right, cool. Right. I guess next map then. If we go to the screen here.
Old boy. Have you seen Old Boy?
I mean, yeah, he's on.
No, the movie.
Oh no. Maybe.
Hi, you're sandbagging.
I don't know. What's it about?
It's about. It's hard to describe. It's about an alcoholic who gets trapped. Well, doesn't get trapped, but he gets kidnapped, put in a room for 20 years, and he's fed and just given a TV. And he learns everything about the world through the TV. And he learns like kung fu in his little tiny room. And then for one day, for no apparent reason, they just let him out. And
That's
the story.
interesting. But also a film like I feel is too. I don't know, man. Like I would feel like it would be too like edgy and being like, oh, this is my commentary on society. So like,
It's really not. It's
Is it not?
literally- Nah.
that's good.
It's just him like kicking ass. It's good.
Oh, is he going to fight people?
Whoa, I didn't say anything about that. You just have to watch it, I guess.
That sounds
sounds like a
like
great movie. It is. It is until you get to the end, in which case it becomes a bit of a mind boggler. But it is a great movie. Oh boy, check out the Japanese version. Do not check out the new version with Spike Lee in it. I think it's Spike Lee because that one's horrendous,
Spike Lee.
disgusting.
Okay.
I think it's Spike Lee. Let me look it up.
All right. Well, whilst you do
No,
that,
no,
I'm gonna
no.
start a little bit of the VOD. Vikendi, central map, central plane, very easy for everyone to go pretty much everywhere. Cement factory is a little bit inaccessible, but it's still within range. Peshkova's still there. Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
Whoa!
Whoa! Hey! And it's really bad for everybody who's just jumped out west.
It was like
Everybody.
turn the parachute around. Yeah, that is one
Wow.
hell of a circle. That's gonna. It's a smallish map, so there is time to rotate. But because Vikendi is such a hard map to traverse over in the first place, because of so many like the rocky formations and the towns and the landscapes that make it very easy to ambush people. You don't want to be moving quickly over to the eastern sides of the map because you get caught out. So yeah, whoever's gone west is absolutely kicking themselves on the way down.
I mean, you kind of are, but they should have rotation plans for pretty much every circle that can, zone that can come up. So they should be okay.
Basically, John said you don't have an excuse.
Well, no, you never have an excuse. I mean, there is an element to RNG.
Just get good. Yeah, just get good.
Yeah, just be good and just kill everyone. Like, what's the big problem? I don't understand.
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
So people are dropping around a lot of vehicles. So Paraboy, for instance, is getting a vehicle early. Vikendi is so reliant on vehicles, by the way. You absolutely need your vehicles every single time. Because there's so many compounds, you need to be able to crash fast. You need to be able to rotate fast as well. And also with this early drop, those vehicles are even more important because you need to go fast towards the next circle.
Gotta go faster.
Gotta go quickly.
Are putting our players to the test. They are gonna put a rough rotation up.
Interesting way to get out the plane.
This volume very low.
Okay, John.
Yes.
Can we go to the next map, please?
Yes, we can, Mr. Blank.
Let's go forward in time. Is that the time forward sound?
To be fair, that's the time back. Where's the next map?
They just don't give us a map. Interesting. Must have been a bit of an action-packed game.
This is still the first phase, though. So, like, wait, when did the first circle? Okay, I reckon.
Interesting. This is.
Like, what?
You don't need a map, John. Essentially, is what the observers are telling you. You don't need a map. Just watch the people in the car. Watch them go. Get in my mum's car.
All right.
Boom, boom.
Goodness me, it's so like. Why is there no maps?
Oh, this is just atrocious, really. It's just.
Oh, okay. There we go. All right, the map is here. So everyone's actually made those rotations pretty early. Wow.
RRQ have not, and Nova really have not.
Well, they're going to be fully looted in Dobromesto, and that's kind of fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I think what they're going to do is not what they did last time and get situated earlier, rather play edge. I think they want to play very much edge and do what Unique did to them, which is fine. Because, like you say, if they get hyper looted, using utility to get into the edge,
Sure,
is not an issue for them. So yeah, I'm okay with that. And they took the initiative, like, look, fuck it, circles east side, we have all the time in the world. Let's go west.
especially if they have all the vehicles in Dobromesto. Like, you're fine there, mate. Like, you can make those rotations. They are banking a little bit on being able to scout properly. But a lot of these fights are going to happen pretty early, given that it's about 60% land. So we'll see people already know where other people are pretty consistently, actually.
Yep. Yeah. I wonder if PLM tries to swim in the icy waters all the way around. That would be
Do you reckon
interesting.
they get a bit of frostbite? Little nip at the toes.
I don't think they care. I mean, they're very happy to lop off one of their players in hopes of a better circle. So I don't think they'd mind lopping off a couple of toes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you rather lose a toe or a finger?
Toe every time.
Wait, okay. Big toe or little finger?
Big toe. I'd
Really?
relearn how. Yeah, I'd relearn how to walk. No one
Oh,
has to see
man.
my. No one has to see my foot. People have to see my finger, dude.
Dude. Well, they wouldn't be able to see it, would they?
Yeah, exactly.
But, like, really? I would go little finger with a big toe, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I
On my
need to
right
keep
hand, I'd
things.
lose my little finger. Because I don't use that one for the keyboard. I use my left little finger for crouching in video games. So that's very important.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Do you not?
That's like one of these screwed up questions you get in one of those.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the point,
multiple
isn't
options
it?
game. Come
But that's
on.
the point, isn't it? Goodness me. Can't believe you do this to me.
I don't know. What I would do is I'd turn around and I'd say no you.
Ah.
I'd chop his.
But have you considered this? No, you.
Yeah, I'd decapitate him and be like, how about that?
Have you considered?
You just lost your head.
No, you.
So don't
I did it.
put that away.
I did it. I put it away, though.
Yeah. All right, back to the game at least. Again, I think GC Busan they do like these compounds with the large walls, and they are able to stay them quite easily. I think the main problems we saw from GC Busan so far is where they peak the neck out a little bit too far. To be honest with you, I think we've seen that a few times where they go a little bit cheeky, a little bit greedy with their scouting.
Un poqueño más. What do you say? How do you say greedy in Spanish? I know you say gordo is like fat, but like, does that apply? Can you say that?
I don't know. I don't know how you say greedy in
Tan gordo.
Spanish.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure that out. To look that up. So yeah, Vikendi super compound based, so a lot of his teams can be close to each other pretty easily. Nova now, you can see they've made that easy rotation up around the north. That's fine. You know, it's a little bit easier there with the river being easier to cross.
Yeah,
they are going to run into RRQ, but look how grouped everyone is towards the coast. Like,
yeah,
that's insane, right? But it's the compounds that allow everyone to be close.
but that's interesting. Now, I really want to talk to some players and figure out why that is, because that's quite a clear pattern there that people are not holding on the other side of the valley.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I mean, the terrain there is okay. There's a little bit less compounds, and also you don't want to be crashed by people coming from the west, like, maybe. So that might be their consideration, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, this is the beginning of the loot box, which leads to the 4K on RRQ later on.
yeah, I think that, yeah. I think Team Queso do big good and then do big bad.
Well, that sounds like Team Queso. They have the big goods and then they have the big bads. Surprisingly, though, I've seen Team Queso more and more in those final circles, so got to give them some
They were
credit.
one of the most improved teams over the course of the finals. Like they came in through prelims, so already they weren't the first seed in South America. Brazilian Killers were, and then they came in. They make it through that. You could see like they were in tears after they got through prelims because you know.
Yeah, I mean, hyper passionate scene.
Yeah.
South American scene, which is I think that's through all esports. So it's nice to see them have a team here.
Yeah.
in
Well, I mean,
the
they managed
PMCO.
to get 2 of them in. Like that's really good. Like it was only I think Southeast Asia and China who had more than that in the tournament. So you know, this was
big
as
props
good as
to
they
Team
could hope
Queso and
for.
Brazilian Killers.
You know,
Though-
NA only got 1 in. Just saying. You know, that was a
Yo, you cannot call out.
India did it as well though. So you know.
Yeah, your boys in India.
Yeah.
I think that it's cool to see that. To be fair, Team Queso did a lot better than Brazilian Killers.
Yeah.
Which does just show like the more time you get on stage, the more time you get to spend with these top teams, can really start to carve you out as
Yeah.
a player.
Sure.
So it's nice. It is very, very cool.
Defined positions everywhere, literally, except for Elite Gaming, who have the top of this mountain. They're playing the ridge, but everybody else just has their compound, and that's fine. That's good.
People are just going to wait the circle out, which is
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, because it's difficult to move from these compounds now. Because once they get situated down here, especially when everyone's so crunched together, moving is probably the last thing that you really want to do. Because it's not just going to be one or two teams that spots you. It's going to be 5 or 6 who all now have info on you and want to take you down because you are now known as the fidgety team. So you definitely don't want to be the fidgety team.
No. There's no spinners in this game.
Yeah, the fidget team. The fidget team. There you go.
Fidget team.
Fidget team.
Fidget team. Fidget team. Okay. This next circle basically doesn't affect anything at all. I mean, literally nothing. So nothing will happen for the next, minute and a half, maybe more.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna skip a little bit. They're just poking back and forth. Like, these knocks really don't mean that much. Wait, which team went out? Oh, I don't know. Did we see a team go down? I think we did. Must have done. I think this is, yeah, okay. So again,
Are you okay? Are you losing your mind over there?
no, it's just nothing's gonna happen for the next foreseeable. Like, even that
Foreseeable
headshot,
times.
even that headshot doesn't matter. And now this is the interesting fight. Team Queso trying to spare into RRQ. Oh yeah, okay. This is just Axial going.
Oh, he pops
going
off.
absolutely ham.
Oh, he drops down here and it's like a 10-ton bloody brick on these guys' heads. Watch him go.
They run out of ammo. Like, they were all
look
reloading.
at him sliding. He's styling on them.
He's
styling.
skiing, mate. He's just going for it. Like, bang, bang. He is the snow right now,
Yeah.
They get rattled
An
off.
absolute avalanche just coming down the mountain.
To be fair, though, that shouldn't have happened, right? Like, they should have been able to get
Also,
him.
it seems to me that, bloody hell, the RRQ, they're hell bent on having just one guy screw the whole 4 of them, aren't they?
Yeah. They still have, no. They just get dumpstered, really. But then Team Queso are in a pretty tricky spot. Like, this is the thing. Like, they have the position. They can heal up.
Oh,
They have to use
yeah.
this hillside well.
I
But GC
remember what
Busan has a really good overlook.
Yeah, they basically just drive the cars around really like nonchalantly and like don't think that anyone's watching. But of course, like there are quite a few teams
Yeah.
like watching this, so they're just like, brum 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 brum. And it's like,
So
a little bit.
the next
a little
circle
bit more
again just does nothing. Luxy just cracks off a beautiful headshot on that replay.
Woo!
He goes for another one. Look at this guy. 2 headshots, dude. I think he hits a third. Yeah, there we go.
To be fair, Luxy is probably who you do see in the kill feed the most for sniper kills.
Yeah, for sure.
That and I think Mystics actually cracked up a few good shots from Team Queso before. But that's before these games in the tournament. Maybe we'll get to see some more and we'll be able to define who is the best sniper from PMCO.
El sniper mejor.
Yeah, exactly.
Vale.
Ooh, C.
C compadre. All right. Yeah. So everyone's just defaulting again to holding down
Yeah, classic XQF.
their compounds. SSG still alive, guys. Don't worry. They're still in
Yay,
it.
go NA!
We love NA. To be fair, they do a lot better than EU.
You're so cruel to NA. I don't know why.
Worse because NA are real bad. That's just awful. Hate NA. Anyone from NA as well, hate them too.
Oh, fair
Just
enough. If you're from NA, I love you guys. Yeah. So don't get John out to go out on the scooters. Get me out because I deserve it. You just heard him. You heard him.
well, yeah, but like
Scooters though, bro.
scooters though, bro. Like, ooh. these circles just literally don't affect anything because everybody's playing so close on the compounds. They're playing so central. They send early on Vikendi. Circle pops, just useless. Right, now people are going to start to have to crunch.
You're so angry about
I'm really angry. I'm not that angry. I'm okay. I'll be fine.
You sure?
I don't know.
Okay.
Easy beat.
Holding it down.
They have the
As per
central.
usual.
Yeah, they have the
Yeah.
central. Very easy for them. Queso are like edge guarding in the north, which is nice to see. But SSG are stuck out in the cold.
Yeah. This is a bit of a weird position to hold, to be honest, yeah. As SSG. It's a pretty weak position at that. Like, unless you're going to push Team Queso,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think that's probably the plan, though, right?
I think it is weird that Team Queso have been able to hold this whole mountainside for so long. No one's sort of
this
wanted to go
is
this
it,
way.
Yeah.
Oh, is this what? Do they hard in? This is okay. This is an okay rotation for now.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just so slow. And you can put a lot of that down to the fact that Vikendi is well bumpy. So
Yeah. I think I
not-
kind of do. I mean, the
not a big
rollout
deal.
was a little bit slow. They could have sped that up, but overall, I think it was okay. I think it was fine.
Yeah, I've got to remember where they go though now. Like, that's how we know whether it's good or not. Where do you go?
Where'd you go, mate? This is where people are going to start
Soul's still in. Soul's
having
still
to
in.
compete. This is where teams are going to have to end up competing for compounds now. This circle and the next circle. Again, though, ARG are just like in these fights that don't benefit them.
Yeah, Planet has already rushed up. Like we said before, Planet is a very good forward member. Woo! He's gone, but he doesn't have push where he doesn't exactly need to, as well. But again,
I mean, this is okay. To be honest, in this
yeah,
situation.
I mean, Purple Moon absolutely destroy them very, very shortly. Purely on positioning sake, Narwhal will just holds on the left hand side,
Yeah.
and then kills them as they come in, and CZ's like backup plan.
Yeah.
So ARG
Yeah, I
just
do
like
remember
take a fight that they just shouldn't have done in the first place.
So he's running a boot. He spots him at door.
Yeah, and Narwhal's just ready and waiting.
Literally, I think he landed like 2 shots in that whole spray, and then the rest of them just got cleaned up by Narwhal.
Yeah, Narwhal just basically positioned perfectly. Like, I really love that overall. But if you're all rejection game, just running into a fully smoked building like that, use some utility whilst you're outside. You can wait it out. There are only 2 members in there. There is no reason to just run in like a bunch of lemmings.
That was probably the best circle possible for the majority of teams. Cool.
Oh yeah.
By the way, what is Zoom's doing? He's alone and having a swim. What is Purple Mood playing at? It's
I
ridiculous. Please stop doing this.
I just don't understand.
Ah!
Why is this team half aquatic? I just don't get it.
Zoom's for the caster's new Aquaman confirmed.
Yeah.
Question mark?
I mean, to be fair, I would take any remake of that film. To be
What, the
honest with you,
Aquaman film?
Yeah.
Really? I thought it was okay.
Yeah. It was bloody long. I had to spend, so I really wanted to watch it, and I forced my family to watch it. And I got so bored, I fell asleep in the first half hour, and I had to.
Okay, but that doesn't
I had to spend the next 4 days trying to watch it, and I just kept falling asleep. But I wanted to prove a point that it was a good film. In the end, I proved their point. On the 4th day.
I feel like that sounds more like a you problem. I watched it all the way through in one sitting.
Oh, you're just a sucker for drivel.
That is somewhat true, to an extent. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think it was good. Like, I didn't have the same feeling I had as Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
Which was just
kind
like...
I didn't care about any of the people.
Yeah. The villain, to be fair, these movies are always only as good as their villain, and the villains in that series of films are just like super one-dimensional, like all the time. You know, in the Marvel stuff, it's like Thanos has like depth, like there's he has some sort of logic to him. In the DC, like the Justice League, Steppenwolf is like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up. That's my motivation. I want to fucking kill you, and like that's it. And it's like,
Yeah.
cool. I mean, that's
Cool.
bad, sure, but like,
You are so typical.
you have the same motivation as like a mugger.
Yeah.
Like, where's something special?
You're such a basic bitch, essentially, when it comes to being a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. What an idiot, essentially. Don't want to watch that film again.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, at least Lex Luthor had some. I'm keeping going on this for a second, but I mean, at least Lex Luthor had like some motivation. But even so, like, why on earth did he want to create Doomsday? Like, what? Like, what's what's the why did he do that? It's insane.
Well, he'd gone mental.
But like,
that's how they. And I thought, what a way to justify that. All you did was give him a big brain.
Lex Luthor is supposed to be like the smartest guy, like in the universe.
Well, he did
I
have a
think
big
second.
X at the end
It's
of it.
literally like second to. I think it's like canonically, he's the second smartest person in the universe after Brainiac, whose like whole thing is that he's the smartest person in the universe. I think there's literally like a story where he cures cancer with like a fucking paperclip and some like he MacGyver's a cure to cancer because he's just that smart.
What a guy.
I know, and there's like, but the flip side of that is that he's super like evil. So there's also like a story where he like has a cure for some neurodegenerative disease. And it's like, it can be cured in a simple inoculation. Take this down to the lab and have them stretch it out to a lifetime treatment. Like, and it's like, so he's super evil, right? Like, that's his thing. But he's just like, he can just do this shit because he's super clever. But we just don't see that in Batman vs. Superman. He's just like a science guy.
Yeah, dude.
He's like, oh, I've got some kryptonite. I really like that. And now I'm going to create this thing that I don't know what's going to happen. Oh dear, I've unleashed an unstoppable force upon the world.
What an idiot, essentially.
Like come on,
Yeah,
and all the
I'm
time
looking
trying to play Batman off versus Superman. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm also looking at his design here. He looks like an idiot.
I mean, Lex Luthor's good in the comics, but Jesse Eisenberg played him as Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah. Also, Brainiac just looks like a fucking absolute stupid idiot.
He's not a stupid idiot. In fact, he's the opposite of that.
Yeah, but he looks so.
Oh, he looks super dumb. Super.
Look at this face. Like,
I'm not like I can't because you're looking at it on your monitor, and that's not my monitor.
I'm sending it to you now.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Where is it?
This is so off topic. And
Where have you sent it?
I sent it on Discord.
Have you? I can't see it.
Okay. I just sent it to you now. That's the wrong person.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just sent it into a random Discord.
Golf clap for blank. Golf clap for blank.
The funniest thing is this face though. Like just randomly.
Is that a live action Brainiac?
Yeah.
Where is that
apparently.
from? Is he supposed to be the next villain?
Apparently.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I hope they don't screw him up as badly as they did Lex. All right.
Legsy
Back
Luthor.
into the game. 3, 2, 1. We're back in the game.
Just like that. You're like you're a hypnotist now.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, and sleep.
When you wake up, you're going to be great at rotations. Scar's black. They can push in. I like the scout from Shimon. This is good positioning from them. Unfortunately, he's pretty close to Biggitron, so he might go down here. Team Queso, they have an edge position, which they probably will want to stay in because this next circle is going to crunch a lot of people together. And they are pretty okay. Obviously, with the mountain being in their favor, they can just stick around.
Yeah,
they can just do that.
Stick around.
GC Busan have a really strong compound. XQF are probably one of the hardest teams to push in right now. Unique have a little bit better of a time of it. So we'll see how this all sort of pans out.
So, is Zoom's job here
Okay, Shimon
create
goes
info?
down.
To create info on the cliffside? Is that his job?
I guess, like, maybe. I think they might just be using him as a backup plan.
I mean, so
case they go down.
if we pause again, like I can talk about this because there was I think it was a Misfits win in ESL one the other day where they actually it was two teams that have got themselves in a warehouse and Misfits had like rocked up outside. Like they had no way in, and those two people had like two teams had a winning position, and Misfits should have never have won. But instead, what they did is they put one guy outside, gave him all the meds in the world, and as the circle flowed in, because it was last circle, so you know where it goes all the way in, and then the entire map is just the blue.
Yeah.
It was that, and they had the other three players run out with no intention of healing and just shoot everyone and prevent them from healing within the circle, whilst their mate was just healing up at the back. It was so good, and that's how Misfits won, like an unwinnable circle. It was crazy cool.
Beautiful.
I think Bushka's actually got a video on it
Yeah?
on YouTube somewhere.
Nice.
But yeah, it was good. But that's the only reason I can think of. But still, having a backup like that out in the sea, it doesn't seem too useful to me because I don't know. It's just not great.
I mean, the info you get is actually pretty good as well. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Seoul, by the way, very central. They've got like probably the best position at the moment. Yeah, here's XQF's push coming in, and SSG just get
Yeah, SSG just could not find a home essentially.
they get rattled. They get their bones on the jiggle, which is fair enough. Bushka does have a video on that Misfits win. Oh, nice. Should we have a look at that after this game?
Yeah, sure. It's good.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so this fight is interesting because it's in the open. It's one of the very few Vikendi fights that you'll see that's actually out in the open, and based on terrain and these trees, which I actually really like. I actually really like this sort of terrain for fights. I think it makes for really interesting rotations. Sorry, just had a message. It makes for some really interesting like micro rotations in fights. Because you can just push out, like you can play by the book PUBG Mobile, which is kind of actually for me very interesting because you can see who's going to start to take that position and sort of take the momentum, because that's essentially how you win the fight. SSG at the moment, they're stagnant here. XQF have a much more dynamic position, right? SSG, they have their little tiny little stronghold. They're all turtling up and they're trying to be safe. XQF, like they have their stronghold at the back, and you can see that's where they're going to be safe. But Jimmy is pushing up and forwards. They have their backstop as well, which is of the player just on the edge of the circle. You can see on the mini map. He's just at the edge underneath Blank's social handle, which you can follow on Twitter at BlankCasts. Next to mine as well. Go ahead and drop those a follow. But you can see that they're spread out and they're nicely prepared for this fight, whereas SSG just aren't.
Yeah, I think a lot of this comes down to SSG like constantly being on the run. They're kind of like the fugitives from prison at the moment, like always trying to find the next place to go. The rest of the players are all the police looking out for them.
Yeah.
But you're completely correct. XQF have so much info on this, and whilst SSG are just desperately trying to find some semblance of a foothold here, XQF had already like set themselves up to just basically demolish these guys.
And they didn't even need to push, right?
No.
They didn't even need to push. They just got the shutdown. Beautiful.
It's just easy squeezy, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. And now they've only got SNT in their location. Unique taking long shots, but honestly, there's so much cover that this is going to be fine. You know, even if they get a knock, the only thing they're gaining is med and armor advantages, because they can go for the res pretty easily. They'll just be able to smoke it and rotate.
But the trees, like you said, they do give a lot of them cover. NA teams are always a step or two behind.
Okay.
Yes. Correct.
No boosters, Yasha. You're running into the blue, Yasha. You're probably going to die here, Yasha. Has to first aid here. I think he's still going to die, right? Does he not just die?
No, he gets out. He tries. Like I too thought this was very bloody risky, but yeah, he does make it out. I think Unique died shortly after this as well.
NA teams were always a step or two behind, it seems. In these games, it feels like Yeah, I think I kind of agree with that in some circumstances.
It's the funny thing is that, but not by no means is SSG a bad team. Like, because you've got to remember, guys, this is like the world stage.
Yeah.
This is the world stage. We have teams from all kind of regions here, and some players from these regions are literally ridiculous. You've got obviously
Yeah.
Paraboy, Jimmy, um, players from RRQ when they're feeling it. Um,
Yeah.
all in all, it is crazy, and I think NA teams, especially SSG, well, because SSG was the only NA team that was fielded. It's sad because at the beginning of the tournament, they seemed very, very much high on the rankings, and I thought they'd do very, very well.
Yeah.
However, the further we went into the tournament, it felt like their confidence kept getting knocked. There was that game on Miramar that we were talking about where they got caught in the valley, and now imagine again you're bouncing from one place to the next. They're bouncing from one place to the next in Vikendi, and now suddenly you're just like removed from the game by
Yeah.
UF.
I mean,
Well,
it's,
no,
yeah,
yeah.
they did get second in first match, but also Scars Black got first in that first match.
Yeah,
and
and
they like,
arguably they should have got first as well in that first match.
and they were just not Scars Black were just not a factor in the rest of the tournament. Really,
Yeah.
didn't see anything else special from them. But yeah, so XQF and in general the Chinese teams are really strong because they hold their nerve. They're so chill, the whole
Yeah,
time.
we talk about this
And
on when will we talk about this on Tuesday this week?
I think so, but like I think SSG are prone to get a little bit like in their own heads on this stuff and panic just a little bit. Is this something odd with Sandhawk, you think? What? I'm not sure what you mean.
It's because Sanhok was the first game that was played.
Oh, I see. More RNG. I don't think Sandhawk's more RNG. I don't think it is. You know, it's. Okay. Let me rephrase this. I think there is some random elements, but I don't think it's like RNG in the way that, you know, Circle Luck is RNG, because every rotation is very possible in Sandhawk, and all rotations done on foot as well. You'll never see people, certainly not pros, rotating in vehicles. Third partying is much more likely in Sandhawk because it's smaller, right? You're gonna run into people more, and those rotations being on foot means that it's a lot easier for people to sneak up on you on those fights. So both of those things coupled together gives you more frequent third parties, which I don't know if I count as RNG. I think it's like a different class of fuckery, if you know what I mean. Like,
He's agreeing with you basically. But
yeah,
not with the phrase.
but I think I think the terminology is slightly different. That's the only thing I disagree with. But I think no, there is definitely an element to Sandhawk is a lot crazier, and stronger fragging teams tend to do stronger on Sandhawk because there's so much more fighting just in general.
I do agree that there. To be fair, there is some sense of RNG in the case that you could just have a really good fight and then suddenly get fucked by a team who's just passing through. Which, yeah, that's fair. But you are right. The majority of rotations are doable and possible, very much so. It's just Sandhawk becomes quite difficult at times.
It's a very different map, very different, and I think people still kind of aren't used to it almost. Unique going for a full send in the same vehicle.
I don't know what Unique did here. Unique just went off the bloody rails, essentially.
This is a very, they literally drive through everybody, crash into Soul.
Unique were balls to the walls here.
That like, what
it was very interesting.
Like, what on earth was that? That's exemplary bad rotating.
Yeah.
Team Queso push up again. Like they had to move in finally from their cliff position, and there was so much dead ground in front of them that they hadn't closed down earlier. They had vehicles though, so I don't know why they didn't just send.
This is surprisingly a very, very funny, fight. This one, because if I remember correctly, Mystic stays alive for a very fucking long time, and gives GC Busan a lot of issues. Just because he plays in the smoke down here, it might be Isla actually. It's
Oh, I
either
think-
Isla or
yeah.
Mystic. Yeah, it's Mystic. It's Mystic who stays alive for a stupidly long time in the smoke.
Yeah.
And he gives issue a lot of teams. So I was way happy watching basically Mystic screw up everyone's day. It was really funny.
Yeah. No, I mean, Queso really were like the wildcard team here, right? Like they were able to do quite a lot. So yeah, Mystic's still going. And he's basically the thing that is stopping Top Esports pushing GC Busan, but also stopping GC Busan pushing out. It's kind of weird. SNT goes up. It's interesting that he was able to get that frag, and actually he picks it up. He confirms that, which is an extra point, and that's like super good for him in terms of his position.
They were good at that the entire tournament, funnily enough. XQF were constantly picking up little tiny kills here and there, all over the shop, just because people weren't finishing people fast enough, or XQF were quicker on the draw than other teams were, which is quite funny.
GC Busan compound still in the circle, so everybody on this western side of the road is going to have to rotate over, right? So Seoul are really going to be gatekeeping that. XQF have to push out of the forest, and there's dead ground there. They used a lot of smokes earlier in that little scrap with SSG. So they might be a little bit disparate there. We'll see if they're able to make it in. But Top Esports are like on the side swipe for that position.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Man, I'm actually really excited for the next season now.
Yeah, no, me too. Like, I'm gonna love the more international events happen, the better the gameplay will be, just in general.
Because teams like Purple Moon, Team Queso, the speed at which they improve, like when playing on the world stage, is crazy cool to see. And finding dominant teams like that for a region to aspire to be like,
Yeah.
amazing. I love it. I love it so much.
Fair enough.
I'm a big fan. Huge fan.
Top Esports, like, they're really under time pressure here. They cannot afford to be slowing down like this.
Yeah, which is why Mystic's such a problem.
Yeah. He really is. He's really being a bastard to him.
He pops out as well in a second.
I don't think they realise Mystic is there. He's literally
No.
looting on top of him.
It's so funny.
Can you imagine that? Like, the fact that he gets a second is
You'd be
insane.
so pissed off, wouldn't you, as well?
Oh, if you're Top Esports, you are absolutely seething right now. And then they think he's still in the smoke, and just look at him. He's chilling, mate.
I think he drops a nade here. I'm not sure.
Like,
Yeah, and he finishes them off. He literally finishes them all off. It's
He-
hilarious.
yeah.
How is that allowed? How is that allowed? Unacceptable scenes.
like, yeah. I mean, phenomenal from Team Queso. They had
But was-
exquisite plays this map. Like,
Was Mystic the one who got the
no, that was Axel.
Yeah, that was Axel. Okay. Yeah.
So
they
Seoul are
just-
pushing across. They have got some smoke cover, and XQF are doing the same push at the same time. They're trying to full send into the middle. You can see Jimmy's already made it. But everybody's taking a lot of damage. But Mystic's going to get all of their meds, by the way. The whole of Top Esports' meds, which is a team that wasn't fighting before, remember? So they will be all there.
Yeah, I do think he should have moved quicker though. Because
He has a wall. He has control of it. Like, there's no one who can push his position.
Yeah,
GC
but
are not
GC
going to
Busan-
leave until they win.
Yeah, they won't leave. But
Seoul need to push in towards where Dongjin and Jimmy are. But Purple Mood are on the outskirts. Like, Seoul have the circle, though. So they don't really
yeah,
want to leave.
this is why I say he had to move, because look at what position he's in now. He can get forward.
17 first aids. That's 1-7, 17.
ELG are on their way now.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Oh, how
Here-
did Purple Moon die? They had a guy in the water, John. How did that happen?
I've no idea. Oh, no. Okay, so at the moment, I think Elite Gaming have the best position. They've got 37 seconds. GC Busan are going to have to fight their way out. They're going to take out Jimmy and probably Mystic as well. Seoul are bunkered down. We saw this fight before with SSG and XQF in the forest, where everyone was in a unit and the dynamic position was taken by XQF. This time, it's Elite Gaming instead of XQF, and it's Seoul instead of SSG. being grouped up like this in a smoked position, it's gonna be a bad time. It's something you want to avoid at all costs, but it is a last resort.
It'd be a terrible time.
Terrible team.
Soul needs to try and maybe try to hold it down a little bit better. They are in the new
So now
circle,
Mystic
but it's
still
gonna be rough with all
in a
these
tough
teams
spot in the
all
sense
around
that
them right
he
now.
can quite easily be found out.
Yeah.
Jimmy, Youngjin knows. He just knows.
I think
like,
they know, don't they?
Yeah.
The next circle. So Mystic has to move now. He has to try and get across now.
Yeah, where it becomes a little bit more difficult, really. I mean, Mystic is kind of screwed from the beginning because people know exactly where he is.
But he whiffed it?
No, it was a
That
smoke.
was okay. That was decent. That was decent.
Yeah, it was a smart smoke because I don't think he whiffed that at all either. So he hits the wall because he doesn't want the smoke to go inside and obscure the vision of his team when they go in for the kill, but they just want to scare him, see if he'll move, and then just create basically disarray for the guy. What tournament is this for? This is for PMCO.
This is PMCO Spring Finals. We're just going back over them. We're doing a little bit of analysis and just sort of talking about rotations. These final circles are a little bit more hectic. It's a little bit easier to see. But yeah, PMCO Global Finals 2019 Spring split. That's what it's from. It's game number 9, as you can see underneath me. We're just watching back the VODs. For context, I was an analyst on the desk. Which is why we're sort of going over them. But we'll probably be doing different tournaments in the future. If you do have any requests, just hit me up on Twitter and send them on over for tournaments specifically.
Yes.
Yes. So Mystic's just trying to out heal. He should be fully stimmed up at this stage.
Yeah,
I mean, he's trying to ladder. He's trying to ladder. He knows he's not going to win. He's trying to get top 3. That's pretty much his entire game plan right now.
Yeah. Really, ELG just need to hurry this up, essentially.
Yeah, that's what he's waiting for. Nova should be able to pincer onto GC Busan. I don't understand why they're not lobbing their nades in. Maybe they're trying to save them for later. But there we go. Yeah, so Mystic goes down in 4th, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah, pretty decent.
Now the question is who's gonna make the first move? Who's gonna try to take
Like
Okay.
you're happy with that.
All right.
You're happy with that.
Yeah. All right. Nova's position. Love it. I love this setup right now. I'm slightly in the way of it actually. So let me just take myself off real quick. I love how their formation is set up right now. Because they've got such great cover. This is I like to call it the flying V, where you crash 2 vehicles together, preferably in front of hard cover. So I would have liked it if they'd have moved to the tree just next to them and crashed that as the central pillar. But yeah, that's a really strong position. It gives you cover from multiple sides, multiple angles. You can have a little bit of a cover from pretty much 180 degrees. It's a really strong position, especially in front of open ground. The guys who play this and throw smoke, I wish there was more shooting and less camping. So third person is inherently snake based, just especially towards the end of the circles. Hello again, by the way. Oh no, that's not right. Don't want all of them. Wait, no, we don't want this one. Oh no, I've whiffed me overlays slightly.
Oh,
it's fine.
he's ballsed it up, boys.
He's done a big balls. But yeah, I mean, it's the way you got to play. Like going and running and gunning is just inherently a worse way to play in this game mode, unfortunately. I think first person is much more fun to watch. It's much more dynamic, as you say. You can play more aggressively and don't get punished as much. What's that emote? I can't tell what that emote is, but I kind of feel it.
The Jaws facepalm.
Oh, the Jaws facepalm. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Nova at the moment, really good spot. I rate them to be able to take this one over Elite.
Yes.
I can't remember who did win this one, although I did watch this game. Okay. I mean, sure. There we go. But GC go down, and Elite Gaming are getting pushed their way.
If I remember correctly, I think ELG do a very good job here.
Yeah, okay.
Because Chelsea is just locked down, sadly.
That's good.
But that again, so we don't see that enough. Complete opposite to a last circle where you have 2 players not taking advantage. There is 3 versus 1, 3 versus 2 in the beginning, and they just rush him because they know that they can rush. so they just take advantage of it, and that's exactly what you need to do in those situations.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you just got to do it. You just got to do it to him, you know. My clan close does not camp. I am sniper. I'm always watching my team's back. We got Russia and one guy. Yeah, I mean, so that's kind of probably, I would say, the best way to have the setup. You want your sniper as part of your core. You want your scout / entry fragger to be going in, and then you have the support player who's with them, and then you have the flanker. And in general, your sniper will be playing with support. You have your rusher out in front, your breach, and then you want one flank as well. Then in my mind, that's like the best situation in terms of team setup. You could argue that maybe having a full send squad is slightly better, especially during a compound breach. But you should always have a secondary that's there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So you're like the backstop. Your support should be somewhere between you and your breach player or your rusher. In general, as I say, in my mind, I feel like that's probably some of the best way to play in terms of clean rotations. And your rusher can sort of double up as your scout if you want to be making those long rotations, and then you get stuck with your support, and then you have your sort of flank who can bundle in with you guys at the back. But yeah, no, it seems like you guys, not camping.
Got it on lockdown.
Yeah, got it on lockdown. I mean, camping is a great strategy. It wins. Like, you can't take it away from that. All right, let's see what we got here. 12 kills, nice. So this is quite interesting actually. I mean, XQSF down in 5th, Team Soul up in 6th, so like that's a really good start for them comparatively. Oh no, wait, this is just the finishes. My bad. What am I doing?
I don't know. You know, they take a look at the highlights.
It's about playing smart. Smoke is good for Rev teams. Teammates.
I don't know what Rev
only
teams
and
is.
throw other team off. Yeah, I mean, smoke. Well, smoke is what's called utility, and it's probably one of the most useful grenades in the game. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Reviving teammates. Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you meant rev teams. Got it. Sorry. Yeah, smokes are the most useful nade in the game. Just in general, you want to be carrying plenty into the final circles because they just give you so much power in terms of rotations. Because at that point, everyone knows where you are already. You just want to be creating that vision wall that means that you just gain so much safety. It's really, really good. And absolutely, it's about playing smart. But part of playing smart is knowing when to stay put, when to camp, and when to move on. So, all right, let's look for the next. I think, methinks. Overall standings. Okay, yeah. I mean, look at this. It's like the Chinese teams. I think Nova's from the Taiwan. But yeah, we'll see. RRQ
Reviving
down there as well. Yeah, reviving.
Good for reviving teams.
Yeah, I read that already, mate.
Mate, I'm so behind.
Why are you so behind? In the Twitch chat?
No, I'm just behind. My brain's lagging a little bit. I've got brain
Oh, you're
lag.
having a little bit of brain lag. Okay. Stuns, frags come also. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Whoa, shit.
Yeah, okay. So I mean, like stuns and frag. I think frags are probably the second most useful. Or okay, no. I think it's very situational. I would put frags. So I put smokes at the top. I think they are the most useful grenades. And then underneath those, I would put frags and mollies. Both of them really, really important. Mollies, great zoning tools. You can close down enemy peak angles really, really effectively with those. You can control corners better than with any other nade, really. Yeah, I think they're really good. Frag grenades are great at flushing people out of positions you don't want to hold them. So against a defensive team, frag grenades are great. Against someone who's holding offensively, Molotovs are great. Against everybody, smokes are great. Flashbangs, they are like a little bit of a distraction to me. It's me. Hey, we're both wearing purple.
I hate this guy on screen. Look how angry he looks. You look like an angry Tom Holland. but actually nerdier. Exactly. Just like that.
What do you think? Yeah. Fun fact: Tom Holland went to the school
disagree.
across the road from my school.
Sorry?
Tom Holland went to the school across the road from my school.
Who?
Tom Holland,
Ah, you keep going.
the person
Holland.
who you just
just-
talked about.
you just
Thank
get
you,
my-
Base Spectrum, for the follow.
Tom
Appreciate
Holland.
it, my
Tom
dude.
Holland. I was like, who the hell is Tom Holland?
Tom Holland. It's almost like you weren't listening to what you were saying. Oh, thank you for the follow. Black Jesus Gaming, 1979.
Poggers in the chat, please.
Hey, look at that! Look at this guy! Look at that! Look at that schnoz! Look at that big old nose! That's a profile.
You are literally the Schnozmeister General.
Absolutely. All right, let's see what we got. So this is going to be the last game? Huh? He looks like bro. What do you mean?
Don't stop the stream. Continue.
I don't know what you mean. He looks like bro. Is bro? Do you mean a bro is as a person? I don't know who bro is.
He's done you in, essentially. You've been done.
I've been done. I feel like I've been done.
You have been done.
Please let me know if I've been done. I would agree with that, Jepson. That's a pog.
It's a pog in chat.
It's a
Thank
big
you.
pog in chat. All right. This is the last game of the day, so we're probably going to be wrapping up on this one because then we'll have just the last day to go in future streams.
Yeah.
We could play some
Should we do it?
Minecraft after this.
Should we do a the guy with classic?
Yeah, the guy with the glasses
glasses
does look
like-
kind of like me, doesn't he? Actually, do you think?
It's because it is him, bro. He's on the deck.
That is me. It was
that is-
me. That was in
it is
fact
it.
yours truly, Mr. John Allen, on the desk.
Oh dear.
I got a different hairstyle, so I'll give you that one.
Yeah, to be fair, his hair does look awful here in comparison. So
Yeah.
it was you
No,
in past life.
I mean, yeah, it was me like a month ago. It literally was me. So, you know, oh man,
Oh, John.
yeah, I just cosplay as John Allen, the PMCO
Yes.
analyst and
You're
cast.
such a dingus. You're such a dingus, dude.
Yeah,
It's
yes,
him for
dude.
real.
Okay,
It's him
look.
for real.
look,
Makeup was better in Berlin. Ha! So good.
wow, yeah, no, fair enough, it was because there was
Oh.
makeup in Berlin.
Nikki,
Uh,
you're up there in the good boys list right there.
I
for
can't.
that joke.
Okay,
I
I
like
can't.
that one.
I mean, there was a talent announcement with me in it. I mean, check my Twitter, dude. John Allen Casts. It's on the screen, top middle.
PUBG pays him.
PUBG Mobile. Yeah, they paid me. They paid me for that. They don't pay me now. I'm just streaming. But yeah, no, it's freelance commentator. That's my job. Commentator / analyst / on
Host to
broadcast
Rooney.
esports boy.
/ Fook boy on the weekends. You know.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm the man. Yeah, dude. Thanks, son.
Yo,
I
love
tell
this
you
guy.
what.
I love this
I'll
guy
prove
so
it to you.
much.
I'll prove it to you in the best way that I know how. So we'll go back. Look. Okay. Look.
Can you stop humble flexing, please?
Where's that? Where was it?
I kind of want to give this guy like some sort of medal. It's made me laugh like 8 times in the space of 30 seconds.
Oh man, where is it? Where's the close up on yo? Where are we going?
Get
Let's
get
have a
away.
look. Let's have a look. Look, here we go. All right, give me a second.
Oh, I can't. He literally is getting the makeup out, Jonathan. What is he doing? Oh, I know what he's doing. He's literally putting the outfit on. Oh, I hate him so much. He's so annoying. I also am well disappointed he's wearing bloody joggers. What does he think he is? I can't believe. You know what I can't. Do you know what I can't believe? I cannot believe that I'm sat here in
There
a
you go.
nice shirt, a nice trousers,
Look at
and he's
that.
walking around with his stained joggers on. Disgusting.
Stained? You get fucked, mate. These are premium Twitch.
Stop showing off your Twitch. You're on YouTube right now. Put yourself away.
Premium Twitch joggers. But yeah, here's the jacket, dude.
You look like someone's just
That's the same
subscribed
jacket.
to Twitch Prime
You can see
and then
that.
just
Look at
put
that.
on all their Twitch Prime gear
Ooh,
on their
lovely.
PUBG character, and that's
There
it.
we go. All right, I'll hang that up a little bit. Broke the
The
hanger.
purple
getting that off.
tux is an actual shirt I have in game. Yes, I
Oh,
agree.
man. Quality content right there. Let's catch up on Jack. 'Cause I was just looking at. All right, makeup a stream. Makeup stream. No. Quality content right here. Imposter alert, dude. Mate, come on. Can't believe you've done this. Are you a pro player? No, I am not a pro player. I am, in fact, really shit at video games. And that's why I talk about them. It's less the strategy. I mean, obviously, I know a little bit about the strategy. But
It's just trash.
I like when I'm in
can't
the
play
game.
anything
When
with
I'm
him.
in the game, when I'm playing it, I tunnel vision hard. Like I have, like I can't. I don't know. I can't think about it in the same way I do when I'm just watching. We'll get the makeup stream when we get the blank eating ASMR stream, dude. We're gonna have like. I'll tell you what you want. Then you just want like the green room stream. That's what you want for shows, like for live shows.
We can give you that.
We can.
At some
We'll do an Instagram live or something. We'll do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, we'll do an Instagram live pre-show. What do you think? Follow me on Instagram, which you can find in the top middle of the screen. Just
You're
the second
such
tag.
a sellout. It's unbelievable.
Follow me on Instagram, or I'll find you and fill in your crosswords wrong.
It's pretty cruel, to be fair. All right, let's get back to the game.
Yeah, let's get back to the game.
You've messed around so much, flexing on
Yeah,
people.
we're on schedule though. Like we're going for an hour game.
Dressing room stream.
No. That's not the green room and the dressing room are different things. They
My
are very
clan
different
might
things.
enter the next star tournament. Look for OPEX Rules of PUBG. We'll take it
Which
next year.
which region? Wait, Star Tournament. What, like the PMSC? Isn't that invitational?
I think it's the road to stardom. Don't know.
We will take it next year. What? North America or NA as in not applicable?
PUBG.
I'm not sure. Right. Plane, very central. Military base a little bit isolated. So we'll be
We'll
different.
watch out for you. Yeah, we'll watch out for you, mate. Don't worry.
Oh, sweet. So you're going to be in North America. Awesome.
All right, so let's see if we get another fucky circle. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
That's what I want to look for. I want the circle to home in on the bottom left corner of the sea. That's what I want.
Get in the sea.
So this is really cool now because everyone's just had 2 games of very much odd circles. So deciding where to go now as a team is going to be a little bit difficult.
Oh, I think this is the one where it's like literally the most central circle possible or something.
Yeah.
Oh, cheers, bro. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you
Yeah,
tuning in.
Yeah, we're just
just
chilling,
thought-
dude. That's what we
yeah.
do. We just chill. We just chill.
Because obviously on stream we don't have that long to sort of talk about it on the desk, so it's really nice to be able to go back and sort of just go over it again and sort of really break a lot more down. And hopefully, I mean, like provide the content that people are looking for, because I didn't see anyone else doing this sort of thing. I'll probably be going and doing other tournaments as well, just on my stream, just breaking them down, finding VODs as well. So yeah, me and Blanca not planning on stopping anytime soon. So thank you for coming along.
So sweet. So sweet.
PogChamp.
But yeah, Purple Moon once again, the double split. It looks like they are very much about the northern side. They like to go to obviously Stalba, Severny, Zaki, shooting range. Those seem to be their areas of expertise.
Yeah.
Which is acceptable, and it makes sense now why they have been making these such large rotations. And if we go from now on, what we can attempt to see will probably be RRQ or XQF taking a very central position within the circle, because they're a team that relies a lot on information and also just like basically cutting the foundation from underneath people. Yeah, I think Zute has done it before for Asian scrims as well.
Yeah, I think that's the yeah. I think yeah. Sorry, I should. Yeah, that's probably the exception there. But yeah, no. I hope it. I hope it's content people want to see. I mean, if it isn't, let me know. Like, I'll stop. But no, I'm enjoying it for now. So
Yeah, it's fine as long as you're enjoying it. I just don't think we're the first people to do it. That's all.
no one's ever done analysis before on anything. Cool. So they're all sending in. They're going for loot. Oh, Bond Chef, mate. How you doing? How's the job?
Actual Bond Chef.
It's an actual Bond Chef who's turned up in the stream. Look at this guy.
What a mad lad.
Yeah, absolutely. He's gonna pop off, dude.
Okay, so
Just gonna,
obviously you're gonna skip it forward a little.
yeah, 2 teams in Yasnaya. Fair enough. That's fine. Just running around, really. Like, everyone's very isolated. I think South Georgia is probably the first. Have we seen the circle? I don't think we saw the circle.
No, we've not seen the circle yet. Otherwise, I would be commenting on it. We just need to get ourselves a little bit of a map, and then we can see.
Let's have a look at the map. Let's find the map.
Let's find map, mate. Get the map out, please.
Oh yeah, look, another. Okay, it isn't the one that's just the really central circle.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
This is pretty heavily northwestern. The plain was quite northerly, if you remember. It cut basically straight down the top, like the northern side, over the central river and Yasnaya.
Bigatron's not making the same mistake again, though. They immediately made it out of military.
Yeah, it's essentially the same circle that there was before, but shifted north, right?
Exactly.
Nice.
So nice and interesting to begin with. And now Purple Moon just making their way down to meet up with each other. SQF, I think they were they placed themselves in a position where they could immediately take Central. And if we watch back from a couple of games before when they were on Erangel again, they are a team that can quite quickly lock down Gatka. Because they went to Gatka, everyone basically dispersed and was like, that is now an XQF zone. We don't go there. All right, let's leave that one alone. So you can imagine that SQF are going to try and get situated around Gatka and try and hold Everest down.
Right. Yeah, that would make sense.
That's my assumption. That's my assumption, at least. It's been a while since I've watched these games.
Yeah, it's for me too. Actually, this is probably the first time I've watched them fully back since the event itself. So like a month. Solar split. Look at their position right now. It's right in the middle, near ruins. They're split. 2 sides of the river. I think this is smart. I think this is smart from them. They've taken an early split within rotational distance, crucially. They have the power to go both north and south of the river, which is really like the crucial part of this circle. I mean, if you look at it, it's basically divided in half by the river. So having a position both north and south is pretty good. But you do rely on people not trying to take these compounds from you and being able to just posture as if you own them and people believing you and no one really calling your bluff on that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to look for anyone else. Team Queso split up as well. They're a little bit in danger from Brazilian killers on the western coast. But I think they should be fine. They should be fine. This rotation from both Biggitron and I've totally blanked on their name. Oh man, yes it is. It is the one with the sick frag from Seoul. Oh, I'm so glad you reminded me of that. Oh, do you remember this one, Blank?
I do remember this one happening, but I don't remember the game vividly. To be honest with you,
It's okay. Yeah, or Rejection Gaming, by the way, on the southeast. That's the team I couldn't remember the name of for some reason. But yeah, Biggitron and All Rejection Gaming. That rotation is going to be most interesting to me. The people leaving Yasnar as well is going to be interesting. Are they going to opt to go north of the river, go south of the river? That's the big choice they have to make. Given the land, I would probably like to see them go south. I think. I think the north is like too risky. I just don't know. I think it's a pretty even coin toss, to be honest.
I think GC Busan are sitting pretty for
Yeah.
a very long time. That's the thing. And that's what they've done most games, and it's put them in the top 4, top 3 many, many times. But what usually happens is they get caught out where they have a position where 1 or 2 people are looking at them, and then the other team that has like they have quite a clear advantage where they don't have people behind them and they are shooting at both teams down there.
Yeah.
I think that's usually what happens is because GC Busan get themselves situated so quickly that everyone has information on them and they work around that, whereas teams pushing into the circle are usually better off. So I don't expect GC Busan to move anytime soon, and they are just going to play that position this game.
Saw this and was thinking, oh my god, Seoul just lucky or they're just too damn good. I think there was an element of both. They're a good team. Like, they're a good team. There's a reason they won India and straight up just qualified for the finals. But that nade specifically was it was nothing but luck. It was all luck. And it gave them the power to be able to rotate intelligently and smartly as a good team around it. But we'll see it later on as they come in. This rotation from Unique... Oh, let me pull my headphones off. This rotation from Unique that we just saw. Let's go back just a little bit. Right. So, as it flips over... okay, they're under fire from SSG, from Yasnaya. They've opted to go around the north side and try and go that way, but there's a team up the hill from them. And so they're pinned in a real bad spot. Really, really bad spot. Are you dead?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm still
Sorry, I
there.
thought we DC for a second.
No. Just
Okay.
because I don't reply to you. Come on. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Unique, though. I don't know. This team frustrates me. The fact that he lived, though.
Yeah, it's not. That's
He-
not okay,
cool,
is it?
cool guys don't look at explosions. Buddy Nagy looks the explosion right in the eye, and he looks cool as hell. I don't know what they're talking about.
He's down now.
Don't show me this screen ever again.
Oh dear. Yeah, Nova stopped off and just pincered them. That was good. Unique, a little bit, maybe reckless on these rotations. Nova doing it right. Unique were just too far down the hill. They were broadsided from the... Oh dear, from Yasnaya.
Hiccup?
A little bit. Just a little bit is fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm good. SSG have a home, guys. They've actually found some place to situate themselves.
Too bad they have to leave now.
Ah.
Ah,
incredible.
ooh, so angry. I mean,
Okay,
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Purple mood, not in a good spot. Oh dear. Just leave. Just leave, brother. Brother Zooms, please leave.
Okay, is this a good compound crash? I think it is.
Well, I mean, it's just 2 players here. It's Jaeger and Zooms. Jasper and Zoom, sorry.
Yeah, I think this is a good compound crash. So Zooms gets a really nice spot. They have the outside, and as soon as they get that pick, you can see CZ's mounting up. He's rotating around to crash in. Beautiful overlooks from 2 players from Purple Mood. They rotate around this perfectly. Narwin, I think he could have pushed up here. I think he should have pushed up here. Or CZ, one of the 2. Okay, in comes Narwin now. Okay, they were just delaying it a little bit so Jesper can mount up, and they come in there. Okay, yeah. That was really good. They crashed in. They had Overwatch from Zoom, so there was no way they were going to push it. Nades go in. Like, they're trying to smoke it out, but they just plonk it on down. Like, and then Zooms just takes down the guy on the roof. Like, it's a perfect execution.
It's very clean. Very
They could have
clean.
they might have been able to do it slightly faster. So maybe not perfect, but like.
And if you're wondering how Zoom's got up there, there's actually a balcony outside where you can open the door, and then you get on top of the door to get on top of the roof. So if you want to surprise people in your games at home, you can do that one.
Absolutely, yeah. You have to have the door open, and then you climb on the railings, and then you jump on the door. But yeah, it really was a smart play, well orchestrated. Rotations. Yeah, it's pretty much it. So next circle, again, pretty divided, but this time the circle is shifted south of the river. Ali King 769. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. We're currently covering the last game of day 2 of the PMCO Spring Split Finals, Global Finals, that was in Berlin like a month ago. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for following. So the circle split again, but this time a little bit more south heavy.
This is kind of fine for a lot of teams. I think that really everyone's quite happy with this one, apart from the conga line, essentially from Yasnaya, trying to move their way in. This is going to be a little bit tough because basically everyone behind ELG right now is going to squeeze ELG further into the circle towards GC Busan, Seoul, and Top Esports, which is becoming an issue. So either they try and skirt around shooting range and make a PLM big swing, or they can move down through RRQ's side. Really, everyone who has stayed in Yasnaya for so long, including SSG, All Rejection Gaming, Nova, ELG, and then some of Purple Mood, they kind of made a mistake here by not rotating in quick enough, because it comes back to what you were saying before, John. Because the river runs through, it splits things off. So there's quite a clear path to the actual circle itself, and people aren't going to be coming from Mansion Prison or Shelter. Yasnaya is really the only feasible place to drop here, get quick loot, and move over to the circle.
Big shout out to Team Queso, by the way. Look at that big rotation. Hey, Ice Phoenix, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the follow. Good to see you, dude. Bond Chef, PUBG Mobile Major when? Well, I don't think they're called majors. I think this is as big as it gets at the moment. It's the global finals. It was in Berlin like last month. If you're a real, if you're a real OG, you'd know that. But it's Bond Chef, innit? Youth for you. Anti-pogs in chat. But yeah, thank you, Ice Phoenix, for tuning in. Cheers for the follow. Appreciate it. But Team Queso rotating all the way around the headland for some reason and leaving Axel just on his own. I don't know what's going on, but cool, fine, sure, why not?
And I mean, Scars Black, they were not expecting that at all. They knew that someone was in the house next door, but they didn't think that
my plumbing screaming at me in the other room.
Is it?
I was wondering what that was. Yeah.
I only heard a tiny little bit of it just then.
Right, I need to get the bus tonight out, lads. Have a good one. Peace. You too.
Where's my invite?
To you, Bon Chef.
Jesus, so inconsiderate. Good night. See you later.
Apparently, the PMCO is classified as
a
premier tier event
by Liquipedia, yeah.
Which is the same level as the PUBG Nations, which was the World Cup, essentially.
No, yeah, absolutely. It's the biggest tournament for it in the world. Like, there's a $400,000 prize pool. Like, across the entirety.
What do you want to say?
Across the entirety of the PMCO, there was $2.5 million given out as prize money. Like,
wow,
it's insane. It's insane. And it's happening again. Stuff. So, like, I think sign-ups will close, though. So, see you later, nerds. Yeah. See ya. Okay, Team Queso come back into the land, but Mystic is just over by Zaki, because that's fun. Brazilian Killer's a little bit split. Seoul now, I think they're divided, 2 sides of the river, but 3 on the north. Yeah, these SSG needs to get a move on. They really, really do. We'll see what they're able to get done. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think most teams up on this top eastern side are kind of weighing each other out, really.
Yeah.
I think ELG is making the correct decision, though, which is to make the hard rotate down south and then move west in through Pachinki.
Because remember, they were north of Yasnaya before on these rotations. Yeah. So they have, as you say, just hard yeeted or yoinked.
Well,
yoinked.
Yoinked, yeah. But I'd say that this is really smart from ELG because they know that they are in the position to do this, right? They know that they're ahead of the pack. So if they continue the conga line forward, like I said, ultimately they're going to get squeezed. And no one likes to be squeezed. So instead, they're going to slip out of the conga line, go down south, because they are first, so they can make that rotation. And then, in essence, now they'll be guarding that same rotation they just made, because they know they made it first. So really, really smart from LG. I really like that, and that's going to cause a lot of issues for anyone who's trying to move in from Yasnaya.
Do SSG die to zone in this one? Well, we'll wait
I
and see.
mean, they deserve to. If they died to zone there, like they have a lot of time to get out. Either that or they just did not find the vehicles that they need. Really sad though. I think SSG just lost confidence as the day went on today. To be honest with you.
So I do not value playing the riverbanks in this spot. Like, unless you're under the bridge, which, okay, fair enough, S&T have moved there now. But, like,
Yes.
it's in this circle, there are going to be lots of teams on both sides. You're never going to have major cover. So moving under the bridge was the right decision. They've left a player outboard, so they might get taken down, but you don't want to necessarily stack everyone there. They're playing in the river as well. They're playing, like, underwater, so not too sure what they're going for there. Soul, as you can see, is split. Okay, so Soul's position here, again, really good. They have position both north and south. They can rotate either side with a little bit of safety. They have moved 3 to the north, which is leaving Oasis solo in the Harry Potter Tower on that side. So there is a little bit of risk there to go through. But in general, they'll have that. They didn't have meds. I mean, they were looting. They were fighting a lot. SSG were. So yeah, to me that kind of would make sense. But we'll see. So you can see Oasis solo here, and then SNT are like, this Harry Potter tower looks absolutely delicious. We shall go and snap it up. Despite there being a player in there, and actually you can see like that Mortal is pushing down for Soul to actually try and take position there. So they're trying to force these rotations out from SNT, but Oasis is now trapped. This is the nade. Okay, so this is the nade that wins Soul the game.
He whiffs it though. He whiffs it.
Okay, look. We're gonna watch this at quarter speed.
Unintentional. This is the most unintentional nade I've ever seen. This is like he closed both eyes, he prays to baby Jesus, and the grenade came back like frankincense and myrrh and basically won them the game. Frankincense and murder, essentially.
Oh dear. I'm pretty sure there's some blasphemy in there, but who cares? So we're watching this in slow motion because I don't know exactly when it happens. Actually,
it's so unintentional, dude.
I love how it sounds. Yeah. I love hearing it in half speed.
Shift go. White Cat looks over Lachine, takes some shots. 69 team, they know where they are.
Here we go.
Here
right,
it
what?
Watch.
Okay.
So he goes for the peak.
Pin pulled, right? Like what he he tries to throw out the window. He's still moving. Legit, Nikki, this is drunken fist if ever I saw a fighting style. This is the drunken grenade.
But look at this. So it's cooking. Lashin thinks the nade went out the window. So he should have heard it. He pushes in. He goes for the thirst. And he gets blown up.
It's the fact that he goes in the corner. Corner. I don't know why he runs to the corner, dude. I know what he probably thought. Probably thought here that probably thought the Soul, as the Oasis had thrown the grenade when he pulled the pin. I think he was assuming that the pin when he'd knocked him, he dropped the grenade to the floor. Because there's no way anyone intentionally throws a grenade backwards, right? Oh, unbelievable scenes. So he runs to the corner assuming that the grenade is on Oasis' body. And the worst thing about this, guys, is that Oasis gets picked up. It's just unbelievable.
He gets rezzed. So at this point, you can see Soul. They're in a vehicle already. In the top right of your screen on the minimap, right next to Blank's social handle, which you can follow at Twitter.
Oh my god.
At Blankcasts. Oh yeah, every time. So they're mounting up already, and they want to roll on over. Oh no, wait. Yeah. So they literally go and get him. Nobody else from S&T was backing up that push. Which I like. Why? Okay. So if you're not going to back up the push, why go for the push? right? That was a big misplay from SNT, because by all accounts, like, if they had a second player there, he could have literally just walked in the door, and then they would have had the position, right?
Yeah.
So, in that sense, it's a big misplay from SNT, and they get countered by a big misplay from Sol. So, why not?
But yeah, at the end of the day, Oasis definitely in the interview, completely on purpose, meant to do it. It was just so good.
And this whole time, by the way, they leave Mortal on the other side of the river. They keep that northern position, so they still have the strength that they wanted. They've just changed the divisions.
Yeah, that's actually the reason that Mortal actually left Seoul, because they left him on the other side of the river.
Yeah, for Oasis, they were like, no,
It-
Oasis, dude, that's our
boy. And then
That's our
Seoul's
boy.
like, you know what? I'm dipping out of it.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, Jonathan. Like, the cover from Seoul, they kept positions either side of the river really, really well, and gave themselves really, really good strength for the majority of this game.
Oh, yeah. For sure, no one can actually get pretty close to top esports here. They're playing this really well by themselves.
I mean, that's the thing about this compound.
All right. Well, I mean, that was pretty. That was
pretty
one of the,
savage.
that was probably one of the funnest plays to watch in the entire tournament. Mainly because it's also
Even better
Seoul.
in slow-mo.
Oh, the slow-mo play-by-play is phenomenal.
Oh, actually, I've just read something on Twitter which completely sums up that play.
Yeah.
It's called inting with style.
Oh dear. That's a pretty cool one. I like it.
Thanks,
I
man.
like it.
Appreciate it.
So, okay, now new circle. Basically, it's just Nova who need to move Team Case a little bit. Space Station have somehow managed to get all the way over into West George.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, they must have rotated over the top of it. Even better with John's face in slow-mo, I know. Whilst you were breaking all of that down, Blank, I was making
I know. I
real,
watched.
real good faces, dude. Real good
I
faces.
watched.
Did anyone
it
clip
in-
it? Did anyone
in
clip it?
severe disgust. No one clipped that.
I'm going to clip it later. It's fine.
But yeah, so this is what I said. XQF move into Gatka and then move to control Everest. It makes sense. This team is really, really good at splitting up their resources, specifically player base though. They are very comfortable with putting players quite significant distances away from each other, and the ability to fall back, take information, and then move back to a better cover, and then kind of create some kind of barricade that way, which is really, really cool, and I like it. But now they have to defend against ELG and RRQ, who both want to make the cross, and they don't want to make the obvious cross on the far right side of Everest or the far left side. They ideally would like to go over the top. So I'd be really interested to see how SQF control this, because this is one of the positions where their skill in communication and clear, decisive decision making will come in massively handy.
We'll see how that pans out.
In that riverbank right now, it is not the place to be at.
Cannot believe this. Like, seeing that play live. I had clocked that the nade hadn't left, and I was literally I was in the stands like screaming, the nade, he's gonna push. He pushes it, and I'm just like, I just go fucking mental in the stands. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you could hear me on the stream.
You could hear. I think I sent a clip to you one time. I was like,
I mean, I'll look at it again later, but
I'll watch it back.
Oh man, it was such a good play. It was such a hype play. Like, it was a misplay, but it was a hype misplay. There's Luxy again with the sniper headshot, by the way.
I think Luxy is, one of the best snipers in the tournament. This guy is nutty. He's nutty, dude. Do you think they like set each other for kills? He's like Zuxy's over there giving him coordinates and meterage.
Yeah.
So with his little telescope.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get caught off guard by those replays. But you
Yeah, there's some
also
replays over the moment, so we're not really seeing too much.
Yeah.
Now we're getting to the stage where teams have the position, they don't really want to move anywhere. I believe this is GC Busan that we've got on our screen.
Yeah,
currently.
top left, GC Busan at the moment. So this
Yeah.
is like
So
phase
this is-
3. Generally, what you're looking at is going to be like phase 5 as the Thanos circle, where half the lobby disappears.
Oh my God, did you see that shift?
That is a pretty big shift actually. That is quite an important shift as well. It means
It
that
is.
it means that Seoul has to move. It means that everyone from Everest has to move, which XQF were holding down. Elite Gaming have to go around Everest. There's a lot of maneuvers from there. People north are going to be okay with it, to be honest.
Yeah, GC Busan's really slow though already. Like I said, they're going to hold down that compound and that's where they're going to stay. But GC Busan, they are not moving once again. All Rejection Gaming we're literally in the same position as GC Busan, and you're already seeing them make a move. I like the look. GC Busan are just caught behind because they try and take that fight of All Rejection Gaming.
Yeah.
They don't win it. Now All Rejection Gaming can post themselves over the hill, over the top side, and just wait for the push from GC Busan. Knowing that most of the vehicles are gone, I think Rose is the only one with a vehicle here. Okay, actually, Youngjun's got one too. So it should be semi-okay here.
There's a lot of teams in the crates. I think Frost just mentioned it on the cast as well. Like, there's so many teams on this crate.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. Oh, this was a game where SSG YOLO'd into crates and got destroyed. Well, I mean, look at this. Yeah, there's so many teams here. Team Queso now in the crates. RRQ moving towards... Are they moving towards crates? No, no, this is just like a little different bit of South George. But there's so many teams just right in this area that I am absolutely not surprised that SSG, if they YOLO'd in, just get demolished.
I mean, I'm also not surprised at RRQ having such a bad time here. They literally all rocked up to a very open position where there's no LOS blocking this. So literally anyone who's in a compound sees a move up there, and the only cover they have is smokes and vehicles. Like, it's very unsurprising that people just kind of lasered them down.
Yeah.
Also, don't take gunfights with XQF, maybe?
I mean, it was both Elite Gaming and XQF both taking the fights.
Yeah.
And that was absolutely insane. So SSG, you can see down there on the southwest of this circle. 2-player full send, do you think? Is that what happens? We'll see. Oh, yeah, here they go. They're mounting up.
Yeah.
All in the same vehicle, by the way. I mean,
Oh,
probably,
my lord.
this could potentially be, if they actually go for the full send, the worst rotation that they've made so far in this tournament. One goes down. They're in the same vehicle still. All four of them in a US.
What?
They get
What
sprayed.
is this?
GC Busan take 2 of them out. Then they keep going. And then XQF have a say. And now it's just one of them. And GC just gets wiped out. And Team Queso get it. Yeah, like straight up.
What was the plan?
They know everybody's going to be there. They shouldn't have done that. That was too much. You can't do that.
That's called despair. Yeah, I would agree. They literally sent themselves to the shadow.
That's cool. That's called tilt. That's cool wanting to go to bed.
One go bed. Last game of the day.
Just
I
send.
need-
Just send.
I need nap time.
They not only that they full sent in one vehicle, in a single vehicle, all 4 of them stacked up, and like they absolutely paid the price for it.
Yeah, that's a shame. It's a shame.
They're better than that.
Yeah, they are better than that. The fact that they made it all the way from the eastern side to there, only to do that, just kind of upsets me.
Yeah, a little bit.
So now in GC Busan, they made the decision to play edge, which sure keeps them safe for a little bit. But now they have to cross the road. You can quite clearly see there are 2 trees here. The only option to actually have any defense moving through here is smokes and vehicles. That's all GC Busan have. Like, this is the problem.
No, it was the full 4, I think, in chat. SSG had... I think it was the full 4 squad. Because 2 people got knocked out of the vehicle on the first. Next one got taken out near crates, and then Juicy finally got taken out by Team Queso. I think it was 4. I think it was 4. Either way, it was really bad. So
It's terrible.
here come more roll-ins, by the way. There was a firefight. Yeah, there was. All right. Did Sixless die earlier? Okay, I wasn't sure. I was too preoccupied with it being just a total ass rotation.
Complete fuckery. Well,
This is a good send. This is a good send from ALG. They knew no one was really going to be looking at them. They risked being spotted from out east, but there's so much open ground that they just thought there wasn't going to be anyone there. And then they send it in and actually deal with XQF really well. It was really well timed as well.
for sure.
XQF do well to disengage though.
Look at this crazy circle, though, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's so insane.
And then Seoul's position, by the way, they've moved up to being both sides of the river of the bridge closer. They were on a further away bridge. Ask Juicy what the fuck it was. Yeah. Yeah. I think he probably wouldn't be able to tell me if I asked him. Like, there's no excuse. Like, genuinely, there is no excuse for that. They crashed through where they knew everyone would be in a single vehicle. Like, there's no way you can justify that to me as thinking like, oh well, you know, we thought we might just be able. And it's like, no, it was a bad plan. You could have played Edge of Circle.
I do like how Seoul is literally letting all these teams play like their own personal cage match, and they're the spectators on the sidelines who bought the tickets to the big show.
So
and they're just gonna wait to clean.
This is like one of the things with PUBG. Never go into somewhere like a compound, like a well, specifically like a settlement or a city or crates. If you don't know that it's going to finish there. I mean, ideally not. Obviously, there are some situations where you just have to go into these spots, but getting out of these spots is so much harder than getting in. Like, you can ride into crates, you can find like a little bit of an alleyway to be safe, but as soon as you have to leave, all eyes on you. You are going to be screwed. Like, you're just going to be rattled off. You're going to need so many smokes to try and get out of there. You're going to need vehicles and a lot of luck as well. So what we've seen now is all of these teams literally in one corner of the circle because they can't leave, because they will just get taken down by Seoul, by the teams on the north as well. So in general, you want to be trying to be playing the outside in these later circles.
Agreed.
Look at how chaotic this is.
Yeah, it's not necessary to be in this currently. That's the funny thing.
So Top is like, this is great. Brazilian Killers are like, this is great. And Purple Mood are like, oh, it's not great for you. SNT as well.
Soon to be bad. There you go, Brazilian Killers once again. They do well to like get somewhere in the standings, but very quickly one team comes along. Look how far White Cat is up though. He is right by the door, knocking.
Yeah. They went for the scout. They went for the scout on the next compound. And they go for the... like, come on. Okay, come on.
Yikes.
That is a bit of a yikes.
I like how Fusey immediately got back inside. He was like, oh, no.
It was good discipline. Like, he could have tunnel visioned onto White Cat, and he didn't.
Yeah.
So everybody in the crates right now is under huge pressure, because the circle's just shrunk out of crates. Seoul is the only team with a good spot here. Look at them. They've got control of the bridge, and they're going to be pretty happy with that.
Indeed.
And now the chaos ensues in this fight. Like, everything just goes on.
Yeah, it begins now.
Everybody just tries to leave.
Demolished. Yeah, they're like, this is no longer a good place to be. Oh no.
Yeah, and to an extent, this is like kind of just RNG. It's just a gunfight. Nice Overwatch from Fireball. Yeah, absolutely. Top Esports, they are going to be really happy on the north side of that circle, but they're going to have to leave their spot eventually. You can see they actually do so quite early and send on through. Seoul, I would prefer to them to be on the other side of this bridge, but they do have a lot of ground.
What is Fireboy doing?
He's just sat in the car. I think he's healing up, because you can heal in the car if you're underwater.
Interesting. Mima.
There we go. So he was healing, so he could get a little bit better. But he is drowning, so I'm not too sure on that.
He's pretty dead. He's pretty dead.
Yeah.
There's
So those smokes are crucial. So everybody's leaving the crates, and that's not particularly interesting in terms of rotations. It's just whoever wins the gunfight is able to get out. What it does do is limit their meds and armor really, really heavily, because it's a massive gauntlet to be able to get there. These smokes, super important, by the way, for Seoul and Top Esports to be able to coexist on this coastline. Apart from the one in the water, that's a little bit useless. But like the one right next to Oasis, the one right in the middle of them, that allows them to have a little bit of strength in terms of holding next to each other. You can see the nades start to come through, but it's just a little bit too long range to be able to get something super impactful. And they have a really nice divot to be able to face off against each other. They have Overwatch, they have everything they could hope for. Pretty much.
I wonder how KK Skur is doing on ammo though. He is literally sitting in that M4 with 5 bullets in it, and he's yet to reload.
Team Queso's still going, by the way. Oof. That's not good. He can crawl back. He will just be able to get rezzed. That's not going to be
But
a problem.
this is where this is where Top Esports failed last time versus XQF. They just didn't push after they like quite clearly got picked.
All Rejection Gaming zoned out that one quadrant of crates.
The smoke in the water lets you see silhouettes of people under the surface.
When you ADS the smoke, you can see people underwater. Ah.
Interesting. Thank you for letting me know that. That's very interesting.
That is very, very interesting. The rocks for Soul should be okay. Top Esports don't want to invest too many nades here because they know they're going to be using them on the field on the field battle. What they've done actually is move White Cat up to the crate. This is super smart. As soon as Soul try and peek it, they can sideswipe it. White Cat's protected from the crates. So this is, by all accounts, a very good maneuver from Top Esports. Their rotations here are clean. Oh yeah, no, it is a bug, 100%. But if it exists, then that's something that they can use. Okay, wall of smokes. Look at this. ARG now trying to set up for this field battle. They have essentially one thing they can play around, and that is the little watchtower next to crates. That's their thing that they can use. They have a little bit of cover near crates, but Elite Game, they need to deal with Elite Gaming first. That's their priority right now, is deal with Elite Gaming. Then they can turn their attention to the field and try and get it there. These smokes, really good. Just plunking them all out. Soul pushing. Yeah, this is what you're saying about them failing earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like, look at the KK Skur and the rest of the team could have definitely done something more. And now White Cat and him are just chilling. Like, they are again not taking the bloody the advantage, and it shows.
Yeah.
Because White Cat's going to take him down. KK Skur doesn't go for any kind of refrag.
He is snaking well. Like, I think he gets spotted. Yeah, okay, he gets spotted out. Yeah. Tries the Thirst Mortal, doesn't get it. And now, okay. Now Soul are in the best position. They've got cover from the smokes. The diagonal line of smokes, the 4 smokes in front of them. That's brilliant for them. Elite Gaming playing spoiler for All Rejection Gaming means that they can't use the smokes in front of them to push forwards because they will just get shot down. So Soul right now, they have a really, really good position. You can see All Rejection Gaming, they're playing around that watchtower to get the res. But they've been peppered by Top Esports in the meantime. Elite Gaming are looking their way as well. So, like, top level positioning here from Soul. Lucky circles, to be honest, and lucky on there. Top Esports made better rotations than they did, but they were worse in the fight.
Mortal and really, they should have. To be fair, Soul should have been 3 members rather than 4.
They would. So, if Oasis hadn't gone down there, or had gone down there and hadn't got the knock, SNT would have been playing spoiler. Soul wouldn't have been able to rotate. They wouldn't have been able to get in the position that they were in. Like, there's so much that hinges on that one nade and those rotations.
Yeah. And also, maybe Team Esport, Top Esports feel a little bit more confident taking that trade where it's 3v3 rather than 3v4.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's one flaw of Top Esports is that sometimes they just completely play far too passive, which got them rankings in the end, sure, and got them to the top of the leaderboards in that case. But certain situations like that where XQF can basically finish out a lobby where it's 2v4, a lot of times I feel like Top Esports doesn't quite have that clutch potential.
He's spotting everyone. All Rejection Gaming just sending in 1 by 1. Really, really bad. Like, Sarah, the knock on Sarah was like, okay, fine, sure, lucky shot. And then Candy's was just a target.
Oasis is on fire right now, big time.
Yeah. But Shy for Elite Gaming is doing well to just snake in and remain unnoticed.
That he is, though I think he'll get noticed that soon.
I don't think he will. Yeah, there we go. All Rejection Gaming players are just getting spotted out. Just repeatedly. So Lapis is basically the last remaining stand for them. The next circle's going to push, and I think Soul have it. I can't quite see on the minimap. It's a little bit too small. But the fact that they haven't moved says to me that they do.
It's on Soul's side. They can just wait. And look, everyone has to crawl over this awful concrete patch where it's so easy to see where the people are.
Whereas Soul's literally got all of this nice cover.
Yeah.
And now one's going to stand up, see if he can find anyone else. But it's 4v2 at this point.
Well, it's
But
4v1
one thing,
which is even
yeah,
worse.
what I
Again.
really like about this is that Soul has been constantly shooting. And Beijai is going to be very happy with that, to be fair.
Yeah.
If you're Beijai, you're very happy.
He finally gets
There
shot
it
down.
is.
Yeah, lucky circles, lucky nade from Seoul, but they capitalized on it perfectly. They took the fight against Top Esports, who are rotating better than them, really nicely. Yeah, phenomenal stuff. And they have such massive support. It was so good to see the second day end like this. They have just got like the most dedicated fans, honestly. And it's really, really good to see. Like, they turned up as well in Berlin. Like, that's so cool of them. I mean, look at them. Look at them there. They're so happy about it.
Yeah, they do have a wonderful
I'm really glad Seoul
community
won again.
behind them. Yeah,
But yeah.
like they are genuinely so excited to win. That's what I like to see.
Exactly. Oh, man. No, yeah,
Does
really.
it take you back? Does it take you back?
I remember when I was there. Phenomenal play. Absolutely spiffing. Something like that. But
Something
yeah,
along those lines. You old man.
I'm a very old man, you see, of 24. Oh, so old. Oh.
Ah, yes. Haha.
Huh.
Young man.
Haha. Ha-ha.
Okay, boys.
Yeah. I think that's well, that's the end of day 2. Which
Indeed.
means that we're probably going to call it there for this stream.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, dude. Blank's younger than me.
Jepson. Yeah, I'm 22, Jepson. I'm 22.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but Blank is
I'm feeling
22.
Yeah, it is correct.
But yeah, so that's the end of day 2. We're going to be going.
Whoa there, Jupiter Jepson.
End of day 2, so we're going to be calling it there. We're going to be doing day 3 probably next week at some point. Stay tuned. I'll tell you when on my Twitter, which you can follow up here. Blank, you can follow up here on Twitter, my Instagram in the middle, and you can hit that up. And I'll be just chatting about where all of this stuff is and when. So it should be good.
Yeah, and thanks for everyone who's been dropping in as regulars. I really do appreciate it. Big time.
Starting to see a few repeats. Yeah, no, it's really good fun. I really enjoy watching it back because it gives me like better insight into these games and into the way that players play, like into the game as well. So it's really nice to be able to sort of allocate this time to really just sort of go through it for a reason, somewhat, rather than just feeling like, oh, I'm just going to watch this. Yeah, no, it's good. It was good. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate all the followers today. It's been great. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to go and check out who we're going to be raiding. Let's have a look. Let's have a look on. Of course, if you're in YouTube, it won't be raiding with you. But yeah, who's live at the moment? Monica's live.
Just drop my host, John.
Winsanity is live. I might drop it. I haven't hosted Winsanity yet. Wanna get that one. All right. Cool. Yes. All right. So we're gonna be raiding over to Winsanity. So be nice. What's his? How do you spell that? WYN. Winsanity. There we go. Cool. Yeah. So send him some love. And I will see you on the next stream, guys. So yeah, in 6 seconds, we're gonna be going over there. I've already chosen, I'm afraid, Dex. But there we are. Right, we're gonna head over. Thank you for watching. See you later. Bye.
Boy.